In ancient history, a war between the newly created races of Toril and the forces of Hell left humanity nearly extinct. In the post-cataclysmic world, humans placed themselves above all others, while races deemed undesirable watched from below. Ferox, a newly created race intertwined with beast and elf, were regarded to be even more monstrous and were forced into servitude. During the war, the gods and goddesses gifted unique arcane artifacts to those fighting against the Hells. These items turned the tides of war and brought forth brand new schools of magic in the form of the mage class. Alas, magic and hope fade from a world on the brink of destruction. Our hope now lends itself to a select and unlucky few.
Hello, all of you wonderful people out there, and welcome back to the Unlucky Few. Was that late?
No, it's definitely live.
Was that live?
Don't worry about it. Just
Great. All right. So anyway, welcome back to the Unlucky Few. Thank you all for joining us. Guess what? I'm sure you have eyeballs out there, but for those of you that may not possess eyeballs of your own, let me just tell you that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players sitting around this table. And I got everybody again. It's great.
Alive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they
wonderful.
were really worried about you.
And we're down already. Oh no, now we're back.
Yay.
I like froze like this for like a minute and a half, and then just like all of a sudden we're just like, ow. Man, how about that Matrix?
Glitchy.
Yeah, I was about to say this. Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, announcements. As always, this week's episode will be up on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/toughdnd. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Be there, be square, be both. Don't think there's any other announcements we have.
I'm tech. But
Yeah, what's new?
I'll be back up tech.
I just moved in, so that's fun. I live here now. It's great. I don't think there's any other announcements we have, unless I'm really missing something. So without any further ado, I do believe we should get right into the part of the night where I remind Pat to text Ellie and tell her that we're streaming.
Oh boy. Okay now.
if you two would like text from us, private message. No.
No.
Yeah, that message.
Nobody's getting our number.
Message in the Twitch chat. I will personally message you as I do the recap. So come watch the stream. I'm not lying.
You also win a chance for a tough D&D pizza party.
What?
Stop that.
No, you don't.
It's at Chuck E. Cheese, and the Chuck E. Cheese is closed.
And Chuck E. Cheese
Like,
is our win.
Pretty fast.
Okay, so recaps. Last week, where last we left off, everyone was just about to go to enjoy the first day of the festival. We had a few members sign up for the Trial of Strength. We had a few people convince NPCs to try out for the Trial of Strength. We had a couple people go shopping. We had an interesting experience with everyone's favorite local tattoo artist, and bullied her into
That's a
making-
strong word.
Motivated.
making a move onto someone. An Austriana.
Nothing.
And then aside from that, a couple of you got to meet Syl's younger sister, as well as Syl's mother. T attempted to loosely convince her to run away from the shop to be with them instead, but was found out by the mother and managed to leave before things got super messy, but still was able to get out of there. But alas, Sylvia remains.
Alas.
Yes.
She is alas.
She's alas. aside from this, last week was the week that was it the weeks that Rax got you real drunk, or was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, that was literally the end of the session, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rax attempted to bond with Syl in a way that only she knows how.
Yeah.
As a way with only a character that has a charisma of 5 knows how to do. And nearly killed him, but
Yeah.
that was fine.
You guys like to kill Syl with drinking.
But as we come to and also a lot of you spent your 2 weeks either making some spare cash on the side, swindling some folks with some friends' help, doing some research about some various locations. Fendian was able to figure out the location of the stones needed to complete the device that he picked up in his session 0, as well as Shar was able to communicate to him that there was perhaps an instrument of fate waiting for him at the end of this journey.
You also made some perfumes.
You also
Oh,
made some
yeah, those are cool
perfumes,
too.
yeah. But as we come to today, it is the day of the round of 16 of the Trial of Strength. It is the day that is your meeting with Archmage Poignard up at the Academy, who is possibly next in line to be the next prefect of the Spirit Healer Academy. And we have the twins having to push off, due to security reasons, T's mission to steal a scroll of scrying, was it?
Yeah.
Was scrying?
A scroll of scrying. Scroll of scry?
I kept thinking it was sending.
Scroll of scry?
No, I wanted the sending.
That's right.
The whole needed anymore.
Pushed it off until tonight, after the Trial of Strength is over. Will be when T is when they've told you that you should come by the academy so that they can give you a late night tour, as they put it. So, with all of that in mind, all of you come to a day following a little bit of heavy drinking the night before, as well as
Not my idea.
your various positions in the tower. All of you come to. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
Not
Throw it
drink.
away.
I'm gonna introduce everybody to Harp because I brought her like at night, but I didn't actually get a chance to introduce her.
Yeah.
This is Harp, my friend. He traveled for 2 days to get her. One day there, one day back.
Yeah. So if Fen has been gone for 2 days, you would see. She takes an elf form, right?
Yeah, she looks like an elf. She has like really bushy, curly, like Hermione Granger brown hair with like some silver streaks in it. And she's like very
Either
petite
Ron.
and like super excited by everything that she sees all the time.
Yes. As all of
Like
you.
a cat that just saw like a feather toy.
As all of you come downstairs to get your breakfast, Fen is sitting with this very strange small woman who's just like, "Oh my God! Hi! Are you all of Fen's friends? Hello! Hi! How are you?"
They're my friendians.
Get the fuck out.
I can't. I live here now, Arwen. Silly.
Someone burned down my house.
But yes, I figured she has some knowledge on how to take care of dragons. I figured. No, she also likes, the city festivals, things like that. She's from out of town. So I figured, 1, she could help us raise the wormling a little bit. And 2, it would just be fun to hang out with her. Haven't seen her in a few years.
Where'd she learn about dragons?
Harp, where'd you learn about dragons?
Oh, I've studied them for a while. I'm pretty old. She kind of like her ears, the tips of her ears. They are really pointed pretty sharply. Definitely a high elf of some sort.
Where does one study dragons?
Books, I have
Well,
several of them.
Yeah, and just meeting them and stuff. Been alive for a pretty long time. And with that, after like the first time she tipped her ears, this time she kind of twirls a piece of like the silver in her hair, which like you can just take a guess as to how long an elf has to live in order to acquire silver in their hair. So
Plus, she wants to see the fights. I think it would be.
ooh, there's fighting.
We're not
Exciting.
Well, I guess you could have. I think it's a little too late to sign up, but we were placing bets. They're going to fight.
Ooh, that's fun.
I get that a lot.
Don't hurt him.
That a lot as well.
Hurt him.
I'll cast Shatter on you.
I'll hurt someone.
Well,
And then
what time are the fights?
You go
Are they, like,
Friday
early
night
morning or
die.
afternoon?
Wait, what? Do we say the same thing? Fights are in
Nope.
like the afternoon, like noonish.
Oh, then yeah, I'm just gonna like eat and then get ready to go like take a seat and watch.
It rhymed. I know.
So,
Take a seat.
as you guys are sitting down there having breakfast, you can discuss amongst yourselves because it is Song and the 5 of you. There are no other people down for breakfast yet.
Great.
It is very conspicuously just the 5, like just the core group.
Does anyone have a bad feeling?
No,
It's
no,
main
no.
characters.
Everybody's just excited for the fights today.
Aren't all feelings bad?
Sorry.
And
And also-
And then
Do we have to have a talk?
I'd rather not.
from one of like the closets workrooms that are off of the tavern portion. Ever since you got here, you've been able to hear like a little bit of metalworking going on. But you hear kind of like a ting ting ting, followed by just ping ting.
Oh my god.
It's like a ton of shit, like a ton of small metal pieces hitting the ground all at once. Followed by a voice that is very distinctly catched. Just go, "Fuck you!"
From where?
from off in a side room.
I think you went to go handle
So,
your
I
girlfriend.
think it's time to head out.
I'll go check on her.
You get to like the door and like she just throws open the door like looking really disgruntled and is just like, "Hi,
Hi.
sorry, working on something. Went a little, it's all a process really." And you would have met her last week, but what at first glance looks to be a smaller human girl with like a brown asymmetrical bob and like really light blue eyes. Like light blue, like actually medium blue eyes with like orange streaks through them, but has like distinctive like almost like lines in the face that tell where the metal plates come together. She is a warforged and not human. Steps out from behind Kat and just kind of like cocks her head at Kat and just goes, "You appear to have made a mistake that has resulted in the destruction of what you were creating." And Kat just turns out, "I know. I know." And then just like the voice behind her, "You should probably proceed with increased caution." Kat is just like
Having fun, are we?
just like fuming. It's just like a lot of fun. I'll
I'll stay out of that.
right back. They go back in and shut the door, and probably 3 or 4 minutes later, almost everyone that lives up in the suites comes down and kind of
Can we get a list of
Sort
who
of-
officially lives
sort
in
of
the
surround-
suites? Because I
so
don't know
currently-
anymore.
So
Just us.
currently living in the suites
No,
are
that's
the
fine.
5 of you, Kat,
Okay.
Rare,
Okay.
Colette and Gab, technically, whenever they're home whenever Gab is home to sleep anymore, and Colette just kind of like wanders in and out, but they don't
Takes
have a
her
house
couch.
anymore. Yeah. Rax, Autumn, Twy, Nox, Luna.
Everyone just shovels like piles into it.
Like,
Might
how
be
many
it. Might just be
bedrooms are in
14.
this place?
At this point,
Second floor,
I was
another
going to say
floor
since they added the second floor of bedrooms, there is 2 bedrooms on each floor, and each one has 4 beds on it now.
Floor bedroom.
So there's like
Yeah,
16
there's 2
beds?
floors of bedrooms now. We
Big
after
brother's
this
house.
episode is over, we can do like a floor plan to see
Yeah,
exactly
we need
where
to figure
everyone
out.
is.
I have no
But yeah,
idea
there's
anymore.
quite a few, but all of your friends that you have made along the way kind of like surround your table standing, and are just sort of like a couple people are just kind of awkwardly looking at each other before they finally like nudge Gab, like it's Rax that kind of just like Gab forward a little bit, and Gab is just like, so good morning.
Do you guys need money?
That's all we care.
I was just to say, wow, out of everything that you've been through in your life, that's what finally killed you. No, the opposite of that, actually.
Oh,
You're
do
gonna
we
give
owe
us
you?
money?
No.
Oh, you don't have to worry about rent. Is it rent? Yeah, do we pay
No.
rent?
No, we didn't.
So, no, it was Sandra's gave you the tower for the reward for doing the thing for her.
Remember the barrels and stuff?
I don't know. You said the opposite. I wasn't
the
sure what the
things that we
opposite
will
of,
not
of
name.
us giving you money was.
I'm giving us money.
That's it. All right.
Continue,
what's,
please.
How's it going? What's going on?
So, you guys got the tower to live in,
Yeah.
and you've just been letting us all sleep there and live there, and none of us necessarily asked to do that. I mean, I'm sure Cat kind of gestures towards where you hear like the finishing touches of being put up on whatever Cat is working on. I'm sure it was maybe like tacitly extended to Cat and I because we kind of were with you on the mission that was the reward.
Well, I mean, she's also kind of like it's a free pass because they are dating.
That's fair. Congrats, by the way.
I heard they weren't official.
I
We're
mean,
not.
it's pretty official
Continue,
looking.
pretty official. But anyway, so the rest of us just wanted, well, everyone else just wanted to say thank you because no one really asked. Everyone just kind of did it. So we got you guys presents.
Oh, no.
And they kind
I
of,
do like presents.
so we all kind of chipped in for these. But then we had like, we picked out like one person who we thought would know you best
Yeah,
to
nice.
give you the gift or to get the thing for you. So yeah, who wants to go first?
Oh, what a surprise! Grab
Okay.
your hands, Kai. My name says that.
He actually lets out a small laugh.
Grab your hands, God.
Did you get him? Did you get him pomegranates?
You don't know about that.
Good, this is good gift giving music.
Always got the chills from
I'm
excitement.
guessing.
We don't.
So,
Your gift?
hey, Cat! And
Oh,
Cat kind
wow.
of like comes out of the other room and just
Maybe
like,
to a harness.
oh, me first?
Someone is
Do you say that out? Do you say that in character?
What happened?
Oh,
To
dear.
hold all of your various potions and baubles and things.
Yes, exactly.
And for sex.
Let me in on the
He
joke.
said, did she get you on this?
Alright.
I feel like you prefer a collar.
I regret everything.
Sorry.
So what'd you get me?
Alright, so, first, this, and she kind of takes out, like, a larger box and just kind of hands it to you. It's, like, about yay big, yay wide, yay thick. You open it up. So it looks like a cross between, like, a really, really nice, like, almost, like, black, like, silk satin robe, like, robe cape combo that kind of goes down, along with, like, admittedly, a decent bit of straps, but it's, like, that mixed with, like, a nice bit of, like, leather armor that kind of has, like some nice light browns and also some black leather that's just kind of, like, laced to give, like, a little bit of protection to, like, the upper arms, the wrists, like, the upper thighs, the torso and chest, and the shoulders.
Do you have like a picture of this? 'Cause I can't picture this at all.
I can. I can send you a picture of it later.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's just like it got like a cape and like a little bit of like it's mainly the cloak part is mainly there's a hood and there is a cape and then there's like a mix of like regular cloth and then like some leather accents to kind of offer protection. But yeah, the coolest thing is there is an enchantment on this that if you spend maybe like 6 seconds kind of deciding what you want it to be, you can actually make it look like any article of clothing you want. This is just like the base of what it looks like.
I'll never
That's
have to
awesome.
spend money on clothes again.
Also, it's probably a little more protective than other cloaks that you're used to wearing.
Oh, that's rad.
It's called a glamored key.
Yeah, so it's like glamored armor almost. So you can have it look like anything. So if you wanted to, you could have it look like a full set of like plate mail.
But you'll still be
Thank you.
squishy.
Are you
So
putting it
don't
on
let it
now?
go to your head.
And then you have another present coming too, and that's she brings out like a small box that's about this big.
Well, we like small
Just kinda-
boxes.
and
Small
just-
boxes
just-
are doors.
She hands it over to you like this, and then pops it open, and there's a ring in there.
How?
Bam.
And she's just the next time that we exchange rings, it should probably be you that gives it to me. At least that's what
Wait, is this
tradition
Cat?
says. Yeah.
Oh, I definitely thought it wasn't Cat. I definitely thought it was somebody else.
No, it's Cat. She's like, the next time we do this should probably be you giving it to me instead.
You just see like Kai.exe
I'm
is not
playing.
working.
I am playing the wedding march on my harp.
You hear the wedding march being played, and Cat is just like bright red.
Ooh, now I gotta think of something to get you back.
It is like rose gold as a metal going all the way around, and it's very intricately worked, like almost like vines twisting all the way around until it gets to the top, and then it kind of spindles around a fairly large black pearl that just sits dead center as the gemstone.
Like the ship? No.
So this is
but she pulled a boat out of her pocket.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty and also very hard to miss, and so it reminded me of you when I saw it.
Aww.
Because you're
That's kind of funny.
But
That's
so
really
flamboyant.
both of
cute.
those things.
Pretty hard to miss.
I just am getting like shot up.
Compliment, how dare you compliment me? But
No,
yeah,
no.
it was, I thought you would like it, and it's also magic.
Ooh. Thank you.
Y'all have known each
Nice.
other for like a month.
What?
Y'all have known each other for how long?
You
At least
guys,
a month.
actually wait, let me
Maybe
check,
2 months
because I have
It's only
actually
been 2
wrote this
months.
I've
down.
known Kat longer than I've known you guys.
Alright, so the campaign,
how
2 days
the
doesn't count.
the campaign started 8/1/1507. The current date is 10/16/1507.
Y'all have been together
So,
2 months.
It has.
literally.
You guys have known each other for, at this point, going on 10 weeks. So it's been a little bit at least.
Slow your roll. So, do I think I could sneak out of here?
I call T's present.
Hey.
If you really want to and not get gifts, sure.
He's that kind of bitch, though. I'll think about it with one more person.
Okay.
You leave. Fendian walks out later with a huge quarterstaff. Look what I got while you were gone.
I'll like thank her, like albeit a bit awkwardly, but I'll thank her for.
I hope I did good.
I wonder who should go next.
Yeah, it's really
Not me.
nice.
Oh, how come?
She's also kind of being like
Ladies
awkward and shy about it.
It's because of all the fucking wedding comments.
All right, so who's next? Gavin's just like, who's next?
Wow,
Ladies
hate
first.
everyone.
Ladies
For age before beauty.
Yours
Ladies
is
first.
Age before beauty.
well,
She's
T.
older.
Yours is kind of no pressure because like they're and she just kind of slides 2 small boxes
just wanna
forward and
die
just
for-
the person who bought yours isn't here, so you can just kind of open yours whenever.
You bought them?
My sister did.
Open
One
it
magical
now.
night on
Open
the
it
couch.
now.
Perhaps in the couch.
Ooh, maybe they're cool bracers. You
Couch.
wanted bracers, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Do it
I'm
now.
gonna try and like, no.
I'll open it for her.
You're refusing the gifts.
I'm trying, but like if she forces, then
Gav is just like, I mean, we got them for you. I'm sure she thought you would like them.
I see a tear in Gab's eye. Do you want to see more if you don't accept the gift?
she's gonna reach in her bag and take out 5 gold and put it on the table.
Oh my
and then open
God.
them.
Gav is going to literally, as you go to open them, like pick up the 5 gold and stuff it back in your pocket.
Oh my god. I am surrounded by children.
Gav is going to pick them up and then
What
like
do you mean?
put them like in like here in your fucking things that you
Children.
wear there.
A lot
Just
of
like
you.
in between tibbies and just drop them there.
What? Like spread the tip so the coins fall out.
So, which one do you open first? There's one that's slightly larger and one that's slightly smaller.
Or do you open them later?
I guess the smaller one.
Okay.
Alright. The smaller one, they both have
It's
tags on them.
normal.
The smaller one just says "Don't die."
Oh god,
Wow.
Tia, don't open it, it's a bomb.
Don't die. Jesus.
It's just a Twinkie wrapped in like
What?
fucking wrapping paper.
Okay.
It's
Why
it's kind of like it's like purple and silver in color, and it's just sort of like a very intricate kind of like cosmic design. It almost looks like an abstract design of like what a star would look like up close. There's a brooch.
Ooh. Cool.
brooch.
Where's she
Yes.
going to put it?
How do you pronounce brooch?
It's a
gonna-
brooch.
I'm actually gonna like pin it to the belt of my pants.
It's very on
And then I'll
brand.
open the
Yeah,
finger.
you will need an hour to attune to that.
That is actually really
Too
long.
late. This one has a slightly longer note on it.
Don't die, please.
No, this one specifically says, one's for you, and like in Colette's voice, one's for you, give the other one to your friend who had to leave a little bit earlier. I hope this makes your situation less complicated. And it is bracelets. It is like silver bracelets that have like a really beautiful like red stone laid in for the entire top of the wrist.
Are they bracelets of sending? So y'all can talk.
Sending stone, yeah.
Yo, that's a good idea. Like maybe it's like
Right?
bracelets or such.
And it's pretty too.
They are matching.
She's probably gonna come back soon.
I guess it would also work if they had to communicate without like talking.
Well, I mean, she's probably gonna come back to Baldur's Gate
Yeah,
soon.
that's all you got.
The other one.
Still disappointed?
I don't know. She
She's
doesn't
not
like
gift.
accepting things.
Except her. She's like Pat.
All right. Who's next?
Unhand me, Cruton.
So yours is also a little what?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I had a really important thought.
What?
Does the dragon get a gift?
No, the dragon already
Damn.
has the hat though.
True.
And the wormling is like sitting there still wearing the hat. It seems to
Yay.
really enjoy the hat.
So,
There's a hat.
Yeah, they
we got her a
the
witch hat.
wormling a witch hat, and the horns like stick out from it, and it goes like. The dragon
I
just
found
wears
it
it,
at
and it's kind of
Sylvanus'
like.
family store.
You're a witch, Riv.
The witches.
So you, Syl, are actually the only person who's getting one present because yours was a little more expensive, and actually, Cat like comes out from the room and just goes, and actually, I just finished it, so.
Share it.
And you can see like standing like in the room is you can see Anchor standing there as she came up before, and you can also see Wisp there, kind of just like sitting in a chair, kind of like slumped a bit, tired from the work that you did. So yeah, Cat just walks up to you.
It's gonna blow up in my face.
No. So I had to assemble
Bless you.
this a little bit. Thanks. But as far as the materials for it go and who picked this out for you, it was one person who mainly did it and another person who helped them. But they both wanted to remain anonymous. So
Why?
their wishes. Hands it over to you. It's a fairly large box. It's also
You
about
have to-
about 15 pounds.
Question.
Yeah.
Can I possibly insight the crowd to figure out like who it could be?
Make an insight check.
Secret is
I hope it's one gigantic fruitcake.
Nat 20.
Whoa!
That's the only
Let's
one
see
you
if I
got
nat
on that.
20 on my deception check so you don't know it was me.
Is that a 1?
No.
Is that a one?
25 total.
I'm gonna have to look up this person's character sheet because they also nat 20, so I'm gonna have to see what the total is. Is this person deceptive? I forget.
It's Gab, so no.
It's Gab, so no.
But that means they're here.
But they're shy.
I think everyone except for Colette is here.
Wait, it's Colette.
Colette's been invisible the whole time.
And I don't think Colette would give Syl gifts. I think she would definitely give T a gift just to tease her a bit.
T. She buys a
Had that
luxury
awkward
couch
moment
for you
when
guys to
she
sleep
gave
on.
T a gift and didn't tease her at all.
Stop that.
What?
So what did you say your total was?
25.
Their total is 26.
Oh!
They have a +6 to
You
deception.
know it's better than 25.
26.
Who could it be? Because that means they have a pretty good charisma.
You know, I was about to say you kind of look around
Luna.
and there's
Not
just-
Rax.
That's definitely not right.
I was gonna say everyone is stone faced, and you actually like. I will say as like a little bit of deduction from your part, your immediate thought is Rax. You kind of turn towards Rax, and Rax just goes,
I think I have an idea who.
and like it obviously like you believe that you can like insight and be like, yeah, you're telling the truth. You didn't get this for me.
I can definitely tell it's not Rex. I know Rex not charisma.
It's Colette.
Nah.
Colette's not
What if
here.
it's rare?
I know she's not
I
here.
think Rare's that whole thing. But I don't know his name.
All right, so
Oh yeah, I forgot that like rare exists.
do you open it?
I think I know who it is.
Do you open it?
Yes.
Okay. You open it, and it is, as you pull it out, it is a really, really fine set of.
Kitchen knives.
Yeah, no. It is. I forgot to write this the last part on here, but it's a really, really fine set of like chain, like a chain shirt armor that kind of has. It's like divided into sections almost though, so it's more form-fitting for like a slimmer figure. So it has like a breastplate piece. It has like a shoulder piece to it. It has like rings that go down to form like the wrist guards. And then it doesn't go where the boots would go, but it goes about from the waist down to the knees. And as you get a look at it, it's way lighter than it should be for a chain shirt. And make a general intelligence check for me.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That is 15.
Aside from the enchantments that are on it, you're able to recognize the base material as adamantine.
Ooh, that's rare as shit.
Yeah,
That's like,
adamantine.
super rare.
Adamantine armor means that whenever you are wearing it, when you get hit by a critical hit, it is not a critical hit against you. It automatically hits you, but it is not a critical hit. So essentially nothing can crit you. But it is elven chain, and so you can read what that does, because you're gonna find this really useful.
On top of already what the AC is?
+1 to what the bottom is. So +1 on top of that.
Interesting. That changes a lot.
No, I tried making chain mail once, and that sucked.
Where the fuck funded the bill for this?
I don't know, who do you know that's rich?
Because it's not
Your
cheap.
whole family?
Rare
At all.
has a stake in the
They just haven't used any of the
now.
gold that we've been paying them.
That's just what most of their gold is going to.
I have only 2 bets.
Alright, who's next? One of you two.
Fendine doesn't want to be selfish, so he's gonna let Arwen go first.
Luna just like bounds up to you.
Oh, hi.
I got you shit that you're gonna love.
I'm so
I'm just gonna
excited,
talk
but you
shit.
really didn't have to.
But I did anyway.
Okay.
Maybe?
Ooh.
Yeah, I have a guess on who could be 2, but Autumn Rare.
They're both pretty like medium-sized boxes. Do you want the one on the left first or the one on the right first?
Good deception. That means you have a good wisdom. No, charisma. I mean,
Left.
Okay, these will be good for when you're sneaking. And she hands them over to you.
I'm ready. I just tear it down.
You open it up. It is like a really, really nice set of like really like the softest, most supple leather boots you have ever looked. They're like really thin, like contour fitting to like your foot, and then all the way up like to your ankle, and then to your calves, and then they stop like right below the knee.
Okay.
They are like a really, really like deep, rich brown leather, with some oddly enough green accents to them.
Thank you. Ooh, cool.
Boots of sneaking.
Nope.
Kinda. And you also can keep that little slip of paper so you will know what they do.
Thank you.
Alright, you ready for the other one?
Yes, I'm ready.
Alright, I thought this one was just cute and you might also find use for it at some point.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Alright, Taryn, do it again.
Starts unwrapping it slowly, just for suspense. Staring
So
Luna
are we.
directly in the eye. And then just stares into it.
so very Arwen again.
So you rip it open. It is a cloak. It is like a nice light, not light, like a medium gray color. And it has like blue accents to it, and it has a hood that like weirdly enough has like 2 little like, I want to say almost the hood comes down to about here.
Mhm.
And it has like 2 cartoony looking like eye details right here.
I love it.
And then little bumps for like ear flaps like here that come out like to about here.
Oh my god.
She's like, you can just read about what it does, because it makes you look like the thing that it is.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a cloak of many
What
colors.
Oh my god!
It's the cloak of the manta ray.
What?
We killed Cass!
I was about to say, yes,
I'm
I was about to say you put it up and it has little eyes there and it has little
like
manta ray
it took
flaps
me
on
a
the thing.
pancake of the sea.
Yes. Well, also, I mean, read what it does, because it's also
Pancake
pretty
of the
cool.
sea. That was great.
I'm so happy. This is gonna be dope. What the hell? Where did you get this?
What? These are all official D&D items.
I think
I'm
she's
asking
asking
Luna.
Luna.
Oh, Luna?
Pancake of the sea. Pancake of
Let's see.
Zenom owed me a favor, and it was probably the weirdest thing they had when I asked. So that's what you got.
I want to say.
I will just give her a fly.
She
It's fine.
she hugged you back.
Oh man,
Hooray.
Yes.
A manta ray hug.
I don't.
Great.
I want to say I'm shocked. That's the weirdest thing they have, but I'm not
I
shocked.
fucking love
Shocked
it.
because it's a manta ray.
You know, she seems.
What?
Lena
They don't
seems to
shock.
enjoy the
Oh
hug.
yeah.
Hooray.
Holding on a bit longer than
You want to try it again?
Eels.
I think you're
You
thinking
could
of
try.
Stingray, but even then they don't
Yeah.
shock.
I'm so
They
happy.
poison.
Did you hear that or no?
No,
I say holding on. I said she enjoys the hug, holding on a bit longer than your average hug.
I can imagine Kaiser's like come back and just.
So you're last.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
He tried to make a joke.
She kind of
She
like
knows
gestures.
better.
She kind of like gestures to your side, and kind of like without you hearing any noise, you just feel like the on your back. Turn around, Twice standing behind you.
Twy. Oh, sorry.
I do
I'm
that
sorry,
literally
I'm
like
bugged.
8 times in an
Oh, you
episode.
shouldn't have.
I
Sorry, I'm bugged.
found some stuff that I thought you would like.
He's so excited.
Yeah. Well,
He just has like a big dopey smile.
this is so strange. If you told me, she just kind of like shakes her head, shakes her head, and like behind her, like Nox is like struggling not to laugh. And
Who would have thought we'd be exchanging gifts?
You're telling me I never thought we'd. Well, this is weird. Here, she has like one that's pretty big and one that's kind of like a smaller box. Which one do you want first?
I'll take the smaller one first.
All right. She opens it up and it is like a beautiful like silver with silver like circlet that kind of like goes around like at the forehead here and kind of like wraps all the way around and kind of like braids in through, well, not braids in through hair, but kind of like braids into itself, so it's kind of like wire through all the way around. And then up front there is 3 large really like intricately cut pieces of like red agate that are like here and then here, like two high like up here on the temples, and then one right on the forehead.
Ooh, thank you so much. Ooh, it's so gorgeous. I'm going to wear it all the time. Ooh, I was like, what language is this? Holy shit.
Wow.
It's called a circlet of blasting.
So anyway, I started blasting.
That's fucking great. Oh, cool.
You just blast beams from your
Ooh, I
forehead.
can cast Scorching Ray with it once per day. Oh, that's rad.
That's
Does
a
it
good
like
move.
level
That's
up
a
with
good
whatever
spell.
level I am? The Scorching Ray.
It does.
I'm assuming it's just whatever my Warlock spell is.
I think it just casts. It might just cast at its base level, but
That's up to you.
even at its base level, it's 3. You get to fire all 3 rays, and each ray, if they hit, does 2d6 damage.
I think it's one of the spells where it doesn't go by. It just goes by your general level,
Mhm.
like 5th level, 9th level.
Sorry, I got some lipstick coming off.
Yeah,
I feel.
but
that.
I will say that like we could talk about potentially you making upgrades to that,
I mean, it's
especially.
still cool to have.
You are have someone in your party who is
Sorry.
honest. I hope your DM friend is watching this and he gets to see the shit that I put up with on a weekly fucking basis.
You asked for it. You were
No,
just.
I
You
did
were just. What do you
She said no, I did not.
Maddie.
Stop. Kill every single fucking morning.
No,
Um,
I'm a good egg.
So, but I was going to say you do know someone in the group who is learning to enchant
Yeah.
items. So I would not rule out you potentially like, you know, you replace the red agate with like actual rubies, and now all of a sudden it's 3 rays that do 2d8 damage each, or you replace them with something, or you,
And
like
they
even
were rubies.
and you replace them even. Can we stay on topic for like 3 goddamn seconds?
I was.
Or like you replace them with something rare, and then they do 2d10 damage.
Oh my
like
god,
we could do
that's
stuff like that.
fucking rad. Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh.
Your second one, I also hope you like it. This is
Is this from Nox or is this both?
this is
I hate
also
to
that one was
influence
Nox's
it.
idea. This one was
I
mine. Knowing you, as I know you now, because obviously we didn't really know each other before in Menzo Baranzan. We're never gonna get married, but if we did,
Is she saying
This-
this in common?
no, she switches to undercommon for that statement.
No.
And undercommon just says
How
we're
about wedding
obviously
from
never
phone?
gonna get married, but if we were, this would be the gift that I get you for that.
Oh, you would have gotten me a gift. I thought I would have gotten beaten.
Wow.
She kind of
hospital.
she kind of like laughs and she goes an undercommon again. I meant if it ever happened presently. Honestly, if we were still back down there, I don't think we would get married because I don't think either one of us would live long enough for that.
Well, yeah.
But
Well,
I hope
anyways, thank
I
you.
hope you enjoy it. You open it up. It
Hold
is
on, I wanted to, does that have wrapping paper?
no.
Fuck, I was gonna have him meticulously peel off the tape and then fold the wrapping paper back
I
for
don't think
later
tape
use.
exists.
Fuck. Alright.
You'll tape.
He opens,
You'll
it with his,
scotch tape.
he opens it with his mage hand because he has to be a little extra.
Got you. You open it up. It is like a beautiful like light brown cloak, and it has a bunch of strange a bunch of strange patches that are all different shapes and sizes and colors, like sewn in all over it. So it's almost like patchwork as it's all along.
I'm trying to figure out who the fuck made
This
you
is
get
what I
that
thought
joke?
that Arwen
Yeah.
got, and I was like, lucky bastard.
No,
And I
I
got
got
it. It's a robe of useful items. I get things from it.
So yeah, so each of the patches on it can be torn off. Two of the patches, as soon as you tear them off, they become the item that they represent. So two of them are you have 2 daggers, 2 lanterns, 2 50-foot sections of rope, 2 10-foot poles, 2 mirrors, 2
Sacks?
yeah, like a backpack. And then do me a favor
The
and
44 patches?
roll me 44. So that's how many extra patches you get.
So, 4d4. So,
Yeah.
1, 2,
Are they both ones?
3, 4, 5, 6.
6. So
Right.
write 6 down there, and you get 6 extra patches. And I have the when you pull one of those patches off, you'll roll me a D100, and I will tell you what you pull off.
Oh, it's a mystery. That'll be fun in battle.
Yeah, I mean, so some.
One boat!
I was about to say some of them are. I was about to say some of some of them are like a what is it, like a bead of force, which essentially puts you in like an impenetrable bubble.
And
Some
then
of
you can get like guard hounds or something.
some of them are like guard hounds. Some of them are like windows or doors that essentially, as soon as you pull it off, you literally just stick it to a wall, and then all of a sudden that wall now has a door or window that you can get out of, like move through.
I'm pretty sure.
And I
have
think
this
I think there's also a 10% chance that you can pull off a greater potion of healing too.
It does have
So
it.
yeah, yeah, a little bit. You literally
Yeah.
pull up a door and just like boop, and then you go through it and you
I
can
think
shut
you
it.
pull off
I think
some
there was
balls too,
something
but
like
like
this in
instantly
King's
dive through
Quest.
like a mini
Liz,
bubble.
alternatively, swan boat.
Well, thank you. Well, thank
Whatever
you so
happened to them? You
much.
still have that?
Yes.
Paul's feather. I'm going to put on the robe.
That's honestly Tree's last ditch plan. If everything goes to tits up in her and Gwen's room specifically, she's just gonna be like in there with the changeling. The changeling's just knife to her throat. Any last words? Yeah. Qual. Straight through all the goddamn walls.
I think it might actually happen.
Oh god, that's gonna be fucking hilarious. Everyone just their walls just get broken down. There's just a boat in your room now. You're just like, who the fuck? No, that's always been her plan. Her plan is just her last ditch effort. If everything is going tits up, she's just activating the Qual's feather and calling forth a 50-foot long fucking swan boat.
I love it.
Well, anyways, I thank them again, and I'm
We
just like,
hope you all like your gifts.
Who the f-
Sure.
How can I possibly thank someone if I don't know who gave it?
Gab just like kind
and
of turns
I'm
to you.
gonna hug her. I'm
Fuck.
Can I
Undercommon.
try and like sneak the 5
Wait.
gold into Gab's pocket?
Oh my god.
While everybody's distracted by a very awkward hug.
Yeah.
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, I need to scratch my eye, but there's makeup all around it.
Okay.
Oh no, you ruined it.
She rolled a 25 for
oh,
perception.
here.
I rolled a 25 as well.
Also good.
I rolled an 18 plus 7.
Rock, paper, scissors.
You both you
Never
do
mind.
it and
Never
like
mind.
she kind of makes eye contact with you as you do it, but you do it anyway and she lets it happen and just like kind of plots for later.
Oh.
Let's it happen.
So with only a few hours left before the first round of fighting commences, what would y'all like to do?
Ooh,
I'm gonna place that.
after fighting, by the way, if nobody dies, which you won't, I'm just kidding, I'd like to have a chat with the group. It's nothing like
It wasn't
that.
me.
It's not bad.
Oh.
It's
What
just
did
I
you
would like to
do?
propose
Nothing. It wasn't me.
something to do after
The whole tournament.
fighting is done. Not the whole tournament, just this first part.
So I guess we'll just
Sorry,
go
my-
past beds.
Chapstick
Yeah.
is.
You said you're
coming
putting
up.
20 on tea and 20 on racks.
20 on tea and 20 on racks. All right, sounds good. So you all
I know,
eventually.
progression beats.
I would try to do like a little bit of investigate, trying to figure out who the hell.
What do you do to investigate?
Sleuthin.
Slytherin.
You know, just like he was like
Slither and
like
Luther. Sorry.
I'm a Gryffindor. Thank you very much.
Rude.
That's what I get for being a Gryffindor.
It's a Ravenclaw household. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Hufflepuff as well, because
Oh my
Well,
god.
yeah, but there's 2 of us and 1 of him.
They're being nerds, that's
Being
why.
nerds.
I think he would just like subtly like place that like wants to buy him a drink and such, especially to the people that he knows that are a bit more loose tongue, like Gab, Anchor.
Maybe Anchor can.
Gab
analyze
would
the
accept a
energy
single
on.
drink from you.
I'm desperate.
What am I doing? I'm an idiot.
I know. It's about to drip again.
For the like saying he wants to buy them a drink.
Oh, you're asking who wants to buy Stella a drink?
No, so
Nobody.
he's trying like he's like going to the people that are more loose lip,
Yeah.
Subtly saying like he wants to buy people that got him to get a drink and such.
Oh,
Get them drunk
no one.
so they
I was
talk.
about to say Gab's like, I didn't get them for you, but I'll take a drink.
Okay.
You buy Gab a drink?
Yeah.
So drinks it.
It's me.
Oh, that was the
You're
cat.
asking. You asking her anything, or you just kind of wanted everything?
Like I
out?
said,
Who
he
wants
was
to buy
subtly so
your
he
drink?
wouldn't like deeply go into it.
Here you go, Kai.
I
Have some
know.
water.
No one comes forward about it.
Treat your liver
I
nice
can
today.
fucking use my
No.
ability on them.
So, anything else anyone would like to do before the fights?
Oh, so you do like water.
I will scorching ray the bark. I'm just kidding.
I want to test it out.
I will destroy the Krusty Krab.
Guiding bolt.
Cross.
Do I have to
What's
be
the name of the inn?
Oh, that reminds me. We need to get
sweet?
into the
Sweet.
Sparrow.
It
the
is-
desert
I was
lotus.
going to say, it's
You
supposed to be the
defeated
desert rose, but the sign is mismade, so it reads the dessert rose.
I thought it was lotus.
Why? Who's Anchor?
Yes, it is.
Desert
I'm sorry.
lotus.
because,
Unfair.
you
Meet
like a full
Sandra in
spellcaster?
there.
And we want to see
Just
Get
how
so
Sandra.
we're
away from me.
But yeah,
You get
no.
the guiding bolt
I'm
and
just
such.
gonna get ready to
because
watch the fights.
Yeah.
As a manta do I have to
But
change
doesn't
in
do much
salt
damage.
water? Or can I
No,
do it
as soon as you flip the hood up, it is an action to flip the hood up or down, and as soon as you flip the hood up, you have the ability
Wait,
to
what?
do that thing.
But when I have it
deja
up,
vu.
do I have to?
No, you don't have to be in
salt
water.
Oh,
No.
wait, you
You can be
actually
in
look
salt
right
water
at it.
or fresh water, and
Really?
you can also
Yeah,
just
but
breathe
like,
air.
the
It just gives
part-
you those abilities on top of everything else.
It doesn't actually turn me into a manta ray.
No.
Damn, I
You
was
just
really hoping.
you just look a little bit like a manta ray because you flip it up and it has like the small flaps and then the eyes as the things, and then your arms are connected to the rest of it. So if you go up like this, it's like the
6 hours.
like
pretty
flap.
much, you know that full
Like a
like
lot.
pajama outfit thing. I
Why
can't
did
do
that-
it.
Yeah, my flying
Four
squirrel
or six?
figure.
I forget.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
I got you.
You
I was just
keep
really
water
hoping
before
I
flying.
actually turned it.
Yeah.
into
No,
a
you
manta
unfortunately
ray.
don't
remember
turn
the
into
I
a
would have
manta
been
ray.
flip flopping in the
6 or 8.
bathtub until
Flying.
having to
Yeah.
fight.
So then 6.
But anyway, so you said Fen, you go to get ready to watch the fights.
Yep, I'm
Alright,
gonna find a good
before-
primo seat.
Before you all leave, Sandra
Oh no.
would pull aside. Sandra would pull aside the 2 of you specifically and just be like,
What do we do?
would be like, later tonight, do you mind if you gather the other 3 and we can talk about some things that we should probably talk about? She kind of like looks pointedly at the harp on your back and the sword and dagger on your hip.
Gee, why?
Oh, it's like I don't gotta go.
Sorry, Pat.
Because
That was your fault.
I know of the things that you seek to increase the power of the things that you have.
Cool.
Okay,
Let's do it.
Queen. Okay.
If we survive the first round of combat.
Good.
So,
Well, I wish you both luck.
since I didn't do the thing on the night and we had time and I was like laying low because we didn't do the thing.
Yeah.
Can I retcon doing a thing?
Yeah,
But I
what
don't
do you want
have
to
to,
do?
Okay, so how much would it be to get like a massive poster made of my missing flyer?
Like life size of his whole body.
Like big enough
I'm
that
not
I could
drawing
bring
that.
it to the tournament and have it be like hanging while I'm there.
Oh my
How
god.
How big?
You're at a concert, but it's a missing person
Um,
poster?
Like
Like a
3 by
banner?
5, 5 by 7.
What would the pricing be on
A 3x5 poster would probably run you about 5 gold. A 5x7 would probably run you about 25.
Feet?
gold.
5 feet by 7 feet, yes.
Okay, cool. I was
It's a
like,
big
I'll do the big one.
5x7? Right, that is 25 gold, mark off.
Have you seen this?
while we're traveling, it trails behind us like a flag.
Like a oh.
It looks like he's doing worm. He's flapping in the breeze.
Okay.
It's gonna be a really tough fight.
Have fun.
Alright,
Well,
so,
just roll good.
does everyone now head over to where the tournament, where the trial starts?
Yeah, me and Harp are gonna be like, excuse me, we're gonna
Ah.
be politely checking people
Yeah.
so we can get a good seat.
Same. People are moving to good seats. They're kind of
I'll just
gathering.
follow
They're
behind the
gathering
space
all
heater
the
for the crowd.
16 of you in the original like space for the tent where you kind of signed up.
Mhm.
And all, people are passing through there in order to get to the seats because it's kind of happening in like a circular arena where like there's a whole lot. There's seats like all the way around. It's not like a full-on coliseum. There's probably only like eight or so rows of seats kind of going all the way around. It's all made of like wood. But yeah, they're starting to like outfit you with your harness. And actually specifically for the three of you, as you all are like getting ready and talking amongst yourselves, before I give you the chance to talk to any of the competitors if you wish. Specifically, not Rax. Rare, Aqua, Night, and Autumn kind of come up to all of you to wish all three of you good luck. And just kind of like, and Rare's the one who kind of like comes to you first and just goes, "Try not to get yourself killed, please."
Oh, thanks.
I'm just
I'll try my
saying.
best.
Yeah, try not to get yourself killed either. So we didn't think you'd be fighting each other right away, but we made signs and stuff to help support you. We have you see Rare kind of holds up an S, and then Aqua holds up a sign with a Y, and then Knight holds up a sign with an L, and then Autumn doesn't have a sign, but Autumn has like little like they made kind of like makeshift pom poms and just kind of like jingles as she throws them up in the air like this. And then
Actually, kill me, dude.
Oh, I wish I could be able to make fun of you.
So
I was
that's
just
like your family coming to support you at a dance recital.
and I was just like
For a soccer game.
other side
Not my
was a
sport,
little
but
bit
close.
harder, but we have just kind of turns hers over and it just says T, and then Aqua turns hers over and it's an exclamation point, and Rare turns hers over and it's another exclamation point, and then Autumn again is just like throws him again and jingles, and then
It's just switching the whole.
Please don't.
my sister and Rare were a little more hesitant of this, but I feel like this is probably the best way to support you, and she just kind of like lifts her tunic up a bit, and like on her stomach is painted AR, and then on Aqua's is WY, and then on Rare's is NN.
Oh.
That's great.
Wait, it's
I was
Aqua,
just gonna start
Rare,
Eldritch
Autumn, and
blasting
who?
into the sky
What?
like
It's
fireworks.
Aqua, Night, Rare, and
Right.
Autumn, and the three of them have the signs, and Autumn is the one who Autumn has the pom poms. Then at the end, Autumn just gets kind of like it.
Aw.
I feel so honored. Like, awesome. Thank you.
And it's just like, no problem. Just do me a favor.
Yeah.
Don't lose.
Probably won't.
Good.
We painted our stomachs for nothing.
Oh my god, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast mirror image, and all three Fendians are gonna be like,
At the same time.
Yeah.
Are they
As
standing
if
next
you're
to each
like,
other and scattering
Don't
their
they not
thoughts?
make noise?
Yeah.
well, I'll just be loud enough for all three of them.
Song is going to
Whose song?
Yeah.
Yeah, who?
I mean,
Harp.
I think
Harp.
Song.
Oh, okay. So I
Sorry.
didn't know if it was just another character.
No, sorry. I keep calling people the wrong. Sorry.
It's
There's a
okay.
whole lot of NPCs to keep
It's
track
okay.
of. Harp is sitting next to you and kind of sees what you're doing and polymorphs herself
Oh my god.
to look like you.
Casually polymorphs.
And then uses her what is it? Her duplicate feature to make another one of her, and now both of them are cheering.
It's just a fuck ton of Fendians.
Actually, and I gotta say, at her level, she's able to make 3 more, so now there's 7 Fendians all like cheering.
this is gonna be.
I was gonna say, Kai, this is what you walk into. You look up at the stage and you see 7 Fendian rings all cheering.
You just see like a. Oh no. There's more.
Oh, and we coordinate like a.
I feel like that's the moment Ty.
If I held more
Sorry.
spell starts.
Ty just feels like
That's not your
immediately
name.
tired.
No.
Tired.
Tired.
What
So
if I
excited.
disguise self and then fight as?
don't do that.
That's
There's also no magic technically
Oh, okay.
allowed in there unless you're able to sneak it.
Disguise yourself to just have one more
All right,
earring.
so are we ready for the fights?
Yes, they're all ready.
Yep. That's a word for it.
So, with that, Lucian kind of comes in and just goes, all right, so, seeing as probably have better music for this.
Oh.
Let's pick it at random.
Oh. That's what...
I'm
You
done.
got off. You got that far.
Did you just punch him in the armpit? Is that what happened?
No,
I didn't
not
actually
close.
punch
Oh.
him.
Sorry.
He's
I would
more likely to
flinch.
hurt his hand than hurt me.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't punch him on camera.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. I'm
I
gonna
wouldn't-
break
I
my
wouldn't
hand
punch
on
him.
rock hard.
So,
Yep.
Dungeons and Dragons. So Lucian walks up and just, all right, so is everyone ready for the festivities to begin?
No.
I guess.
Well, too bad, because we're going to start anyway. From this point out, I will not be... well, we have someone announcing stuff up there, but I will not be coordinating the fighters at this point, because I'm in it, so I could be considered biased. So, taking over for me and just kind of gestures towards Colette, who just kind of walked into the tent, just goes, all right, first up, we have Galonfir Dalmascus against Takayuki. They kind of both go up. You have the male monkey ferox who is wielding a like a wooden kind of longsword, both fixed in their harnesses, which they're starting to get on you in preparation. It's kind of like very strange. It's like there's pieces that go around the head, pieces that kind of like come down alongside the jaw, pieces that kind of like wrap around the neck and like all over your body, just sort of covering all of like your basic pressure points where you would get hit at, so they can sense the damage that you take.
I have something I want to say to Syl, like right before we get separated, because that's when T would remember it.
Cool. Good to know. Not yet. But yeah, and Galonfir, just the stout-looking dwarf who's wielding the like a wooden maul. They kind of head out into the arena. What you two see is I would just try and go through these quick, but give enough detail you can see what happens. A pretty equal clash from the start. They both seem like fairly skilled and seasoned fighters. But maybe it's just due to inexperience with a longsword in particular, and it not being his specialty as much. Takayuki begins to go more and more on the defensive, before finally Galonfir is able to kind of parry the sword almost completely to the side, before just using the mallet head to just sweep the legs, taking him to the ground and then bring it up and just straight down onto the chest, and just you can hear like the crack of the wood harness just like fracture, splinter, and then break off. With that, the match is called, and Galonfir is announced the winner of the match. They both kind of go back in. They're cordial to each other. They both kind of like, they do like a handshake, and seems to be no hard feelings there. Colette kind of turns to you. Well, if it's not time for a little bit of fun.
Oh, isn't your family gonna be here?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I also saw your girlfriend in these stands.
I don't have a girlfriend. But aren't you hiding from them?
I think that went out the window when you failed to deliver a message.
No, you're.
Windowsill.
You don't know that. They don't know about. Yeah, I didn't say your name. Your
Yeah.
name wasn't anywhere. Alright, well, good luck. No hard feelings in the end, yeah?
No.
Your Kai in the distance. Win me some money.
He's like squatting with dice.
Though I do believe your Luminera is her name?
Lumina,
Lumina is here.
You are losing.
I don't think. She didn't tell me that she was going to be.
Would she tell you anyway? Like last time?
If she had the bracelet, she would.
Considering the
Instead of
things
bracelet,
that is happening at my home, I think she would.
Smile.
Do you believe that?
She's like eyebrow twitches a little bit, but she's just like talking to herself. She better fucking not be here.
Are you two gonna keep batting eyes at each other, or are you gonna get out there and fight?
Are you gonna get jealous?
Yeah, I wish somebody hit me like that. And get out there.
Go out there and you see 7 Fendians doing the
They're all
Alright,
doing the way.
So,
You have first, as you are announced and walk out, they're just like,
I don't think I'll need it, but I do have the brooch on.
did you give first and last name still? Alright, so they're like, first off, we have a monk from the Cloud Peak Mountains. I'm trying. Wait, I need to make sure that I have this correct.
Did she give her full name?
No, because he picked a full name for her.
Yeah, like she didn't tell him the last name.
I don't
So-
have one.
Exactly. So
He made up one.
yeah, they didn't do it for Takayuki.
No,
would,
but he knows Takayuki.
She would specifically be like, T, and she asks if you have seen this man, the poster that is hanging. Come talk to her. There's a reward. Because I imagine she would have had someone like set it up, so it's like hanging on the side of the like stadium. Because I'm picturing like gladiator style, where it's like seats into like. So it's just, like,
Oh, that's
hanging.
right. I forgot how fucking extra he went on this. This is gonna be funny.
I think he took one of the.
So you're
Dude,
first.
please.
It's like our first fighter, a monk from the Clouds Peak Mountains, one of your esteemed heroes of Dusttown,
You just hear like, ah!
T. Guildsbane.
What?
Guildsbane, as in the bane of the guild, as in the bane of that thing that you're fighting. Get it? Get it?
I got
It's
it.
topical.
I got it.
So.
T doesn't come out. She just like stands in the doorway like, And I just imagine Colette just starts pushing her.
You hear 7 boos. Boo! Boo!
So what are the chances you're gonna kill?
I was going to say, yeah, Colette walks up beside you and just goes, you know, I know you're not the best with pomp and circumstance, but that's what we in the regal world call a Q.
It's QT.
Kind of looks at you, walk.
And I start going.
Thank you. She kind of heads back. Still, as you are preparing to walk out, is there anything you would like to do?
Yes, he would like just to sing softly to himself to use his bard inspiration bits.
Alright, so you are giving yourself 5 temporary hit points.
Yes.
Sounds perfect.
No, it's not. It's not.
It
It's
does not
glamour.
matter. Yeah.
I'm a glamour bard.
As they would announce, and finally, our second contestant, a bard from the city of Waterdeep, Sylvanus Nightingale, and Syl would come out, and you would notice Syl is like singing to himself as everyone is cheering. It's
We're
quite
out.
odd.
No.
But with that, the two of you are ready to engage. Both of you
Like I don't know. I don't trust our dice.
I don't either.
roll for initiative.
Oh wow.
22.
Shit.
22.
Shit.
Come on now.
So I go
Paper,
first.
scissors.
Yeah.
I have a 20 dex. And if you're going by AC, I still go first.
Alright, yeah, then that seems so cheap. Rock, paper, scissors it for me.
Best 2 out of 3 or
No.
just one?
Best-
Wait,
best
wait,
two out- best
who is
2 out of
the
3.
highest animal handling boost?
What?
Whoever gets that.
Probably me because it's
Yeah.
wisdom.
Yeah, let's say no. Rock, paper,
So we're
scissors,
going
best
on-
2 out of 3. Let's go.
We're going on 3
Rock,
or after
paper,
Scissors, shoot.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, you ready?
He's like
Rock,
putting his
paper,
hand up.
scissors, shoot.
Still wins. How about that? Alright, so
His
you get to
save
go.
where you
You
walk.
get to go first. So, you see, so are you wearing your new armor, Syl?
Yes, I would have put that
Yes.
on.
Syl is wearing a new set of armor that looks actually fairly intimidating. It's weird to see Syl in metal armor.
Oh, there it is.
But he is fighting with, and this also seems very strange, but you would see Syl draw 2 wooden daggers out as he is kind of like wielding them. He looks like a straight up fucking rogue.
One with daggers and not a rapier?
Yeah. 2 chances to hit instead of 1.
And higher minimum damage, technically.
Alright, so
I
Syl,
know,
it is,
I know I can't beat damage output, so I'm going by
Chances.
yeah, Syl, it is your turn first. What would you like to do?
attack.
Take your action
Yeah.
to attack, so run straight at T. Swings.
Unnatural 20.
That hit.
And then
Roll me
bonus. Oh,
bonus action attack, I guess. Is that a natural 20 or a
it's a
natural 1?
20.
Natural 20. Alright, first attack, roll me 1d6 and add your dex.
1 for each gold that I'll be losing.
That's a 6 plus dex would be 8,
So T, you take 8 points of damage.
and then 4
Doubled is 8,
8 plus,
plus 2
2
is
be
10.
10.
So T, you take 18 points of damage total. What does that leave you at?
I'm still up.
What does it leave you at?
Probably decent.
Enough.
T, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm attacking.
Oh no!
I miss with my
No!
What'd you roll?
A 1.
Oh no!
I believed in you!
Unnatural 20 to hit with my fist.
Yes.
And I'm also gonna flurry of blows. Do you want me to roll that first?
Yeah, roll a second flurry of blows attack.
Same roll.
Same roll?
Yeah.
Alright, so you hit with the 2 of those, so roll me a d4.
15.
15 points of damage?
Yeah, because I rolled 5 damage and then plus 5 to both.
Yes.
Yeah.
You still up?
I'm still up.
Perfect.
You hit her and she's like, oh fuck.
Alright, Syl, it's your turn. So Syl comes surprisingly right out of the gate. They're like, ready? And go! And before anyone can even think, Syl is just sprinting fucking Mach 5 at T.
Oh my god.
And for a split second, both of you, and you watching from the side, are just like, oh no. And as T goes to swing with her staff, Syl just like goes down to both knees and slides under it, pops up and just first wooden dagger like right into the arm to carry her off. And before T can recover, just swings the other one and catches like right in the solar plexus. And just like you can see like the air like half knocked out of T's lungs, and she has to like backpedal a bit before she like just like leaves her like staff in like this hand and just swings and connects with a right fist and then connects with a right kick, so kind of stumbles back. But they definitely both look battered from that first assault even.
After you hit T, you just hear, no!
Walters roll one, right?
So yeah, the one who goes to the solar plexus, just like,
Walters roll one.
Yeah.
Our dice hate us and love us.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
alright,
just
so
got the chills.
Syl, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Why do you look so distressed?
He is distressed.
Because he knows I'll kill him if he wins.
No pressure.
So Syl, what would you like to do?
What's it called?
Attack.
Feigning attack.
Does that give you advantage?
That would be a 21.
To hit? That'll hit.
Another one was.
Yeah, so roll me 2d6.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 2d6.
3 plus 2b and would be 5, and then that would be 7.
That doesn't.
No!
So
I'm glad I still bet on Syl too.
I was about to say, so
I'm sorry. Sorry.
T once again swings through with the staff, and Syl is. We're either gonna have you do this basic, or we're gonna have to do this extra. Make an acrobatics check for me. If you roll at least.
How could you?
What is your acrobatics?
I don't
Plus
have
2.
a choice.
Oh, 19.
So T, you go to swing through, and like kind of like learning from the duck last time, you swing at like waist level. Syl is able to like sort of sidestep like with the staff and then hop and just sort of clear over the top of the staff and do almost sort of like a sideways like tumble. And as he lands, he just like springs up with one of the daggers straight towards you, and you're able to get the staff up like just in time to catch it, you think. And you just deflect it up, and rather than go at your chest, it catches you in the piece that is like right in the base of your throat, and it hits, and you feel the entire like piece around your head just crack, splinter, and break, and you just kind of stumble back and fall to the ground.
I'm rushing over, right? I feel
And
horrible.
And the wood harness that you're wearing is just completely shattered and ruined, and
Damn.
that is the end of the fight. And everyone is just like,
I'm in character. I am running over. I'm pale as white. I feel like I just possibly killed or broken
I
his
like
teeth.
immediately get up and I'm just laughing. Like absolutely like crying. I'm laughing so hard.
Actual crying from God.
Arwen, what you witness in the chamber is Luna completely shock faced and turn to Rax and just be like, "You son of a bitch! You son of a fucking bitch!" And Rax is just cackling to
She
herself,
probably put a ton of work
which is something that like you've never seen Rax really laugh, but she is like cackling right now.
So you
I
what we
know
must do
y'all
now.
bet heavily, but I don't remember on who.
Rax is just
I assume Luna.
Rax is just like, just wait for it. So, what are you two doing? Is it announced the winner is the bard?
Like I said, like Sil is like pale face. He's like asking like 20 times, even though T looks perfectly
Yeah.
fine. Like
He's just like
So-
dying. Like,
Sylvanus
absolutely
Nightingale,
dying.
take a bow for the people.
I think he wouldn't at first, just because like she's laughing, but in his head he's like, oh my god, she's gasping for breath. She's dying.
Just be like, good job, and she'll give you like a very hard pat on the back.
And
like,
then he
meant
goes
to
down.
hurt.
Wow.
Like, great.
They could break the harness.
Yeah.
He'll take a bow.
But yeah, so the two
Then I
of you head off of the.
He'll still be asking, "Are you okay?" Like as they're walking.
Ask
back
me
in.
again, and you'll die.
Even if I win the next one, I just break you.
The two of you head back, and as you're sitting inside there's like everyone is kind of like looking at you, kind of like.
I really hope I can make that kind of reaction happen.
Like just like a shocked face, but Rax is actually the one that finally comes up to you two and just goes, "Surprised you lost." Also, thanks. I didn't want to tell you this beforehand in case you got nervous about it, but and you just hear Lucian just go, and kind of turn around, and Lucian is just holding a small chest and just hands it over to Rax, and you just kind of hear ching of like a shit ton of coins. Just takes and just goes, you remember how you were at 20 to 1 odds?
Yes.
Yeah, I put 100 gold on you to win.
I think at that moment, Sil would probably like almost like faint.
I don't
She
understand how money works. How much is that?
She opens it up and she put 100 gold on him at 20 to 1 odds. She opens it up. She has 2,000 gold pieces
So
in his
how
chest.
much would one bet? I have gold get.
That's,
You
100.
You get 100 gold pieces.
Oh! I was gonna get 10.
Oh, wait. What you put in, you get more than that?
Yeet.
Yeah,
Because
so
Sil was the least likely to win.
Sil was the only one that's like that. For everyone else, if you get it right, you get your money back, and then that additional amount of money back. So you should double your money.
Well.
It's just Sil was at such shitty odds.
You hear, well, no, Harp
We
is
wouldn't
three-
hear.
Harp is 3 Fendians, 4 Fendians, so you hear 3 Fendians go, whoa! After they do the math.
But yeah, so
The other one's faint.
Yes.
Okay.
so with that, Rax just kind of like closes it, turns towards you
Holy
again, and
shit.
goes, if you don't have anything else to do today, I have plans for this. If you want to help me come spend it.
I think he's only capable of nodding. Like a little touch would just make him fall over to the ground.
But you no, wait, no, he's not there. He's just like, buy a boat!
Buy a boat.
Why?
Oh.
So
Like,
with
how
that,
many people's boats like expand.
with that, they go. All right. After that, after that,
Contemporary hit points.
If
I'm
you
so
didn't miss that
upset.
first hit, you would have won either way.
Did you not bet anything on Sil?
no. Put
We're
20,
allowed to bet on
20 gold on T.
Yeah, I bet on like 5 people.
No, you could have put on both.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely didn't think Sil was gonna win. So
After that shock win, anything could happen. What upset will be next? Our next fight features a barbarian from the northern tribes, Starfire, the Revenant, and you would see Starfire, who you met yesterday, kind of like walk out and like in front of you, kind of like turn to you and just kind of give a nod, and then head out onto the field. You're about to get announced. Is there anything you would like to do?
Do we stay in the get ready room?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say.
But there is like they open up the thing so that everyone to get ready room can kind of like crowd around and watch. You also would have noticed as you won, you just heard really, really loud shrieking from 3 people in particular, and then a whole lot of like jingling and just kind of like pom pom split
Did
like
they
flailing.
bet on us?
What?
Did he bet on us?
You have no idea.
Oh my god.
Even if they let me stay, I leave. I don't want to be in the way, and I'm not fighting anymore, so I don't see a point of being there. Like, Tina.
That's fair. Yeah.
you hear cheering and Kai cursing you out.
Do you go into like the seating or do you just leave?
She'd stay outside the stadium so she could like still hear the announcer but not be watching.
Sore loser. Would you like to do anything before you get called?
Are there anti-magic barriers here?
Not that you're aware of. You just saw Sil do something kind of janky. Not janky, but do something before he walked in
Antoine.
and no one noticed.
Lucy
I
and
didn't
Rex,
hear what
Luna,
it
and
was.
Twine.
Take a potion of helpfulness.
He
No, I'm not
whenever you
going to. I
want.
have an idea.
He used his bardic inspiration to kind of like sing to himself and grant himself temporary hit points.
Oh, you cheater.
Cheater. It's only cheating if they notice.
Uh-huh.
Is anyone gonna notice me? For now,
You don't know?
Well,
Right now, no one is looking at you yet. They haven't announced you yet.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand invisibly.
You do that, and you now have an invisible mage hand floating beside you. Alright, so they announce... And next up, a rogue from the streets of our very own Dust Town. One of our other champions, our heroes of Dust Town.
Oh, fuck.
We all hate that. Agreed, right?
Say, what do you guys want to be called collectively? What do you guys want to be called collectively? Other people come up with names for you. You guys.
No, I think here's the thing. You literally, I was gonna say you guys are
I was gonna say you guys are literally that white boy that's just like.
Yeah. That was fucking
No,
funny.
I think out of character we like it, but just in character it's just one of those things where like, oh, fuck, we're famous
My
now.
character didn't want to be called anything, let alone a hero.
But one of our other heroes of Dust Town, Arwen Potts.
I'll just walk, and my hand will follow me.
Yes.
Both,
All right,
all three.
so
All three.
if both parties are ready, we will commence the battle, and I need you to roll for initiative.
Good luck. Cast.
Use a regular size
hold on.
dice.
Calm down.
I'm dual wielding 2 daggers.
2 daggers, yes.
I get 1 bonus to my AC.
Yes, you do, and
Hello.
each of your daggers do 1d6 damage.
Aren't you glad I told you that feat?
Each of your daggers do 1d6, not 1d4, because they're wooden and the weapons are special for this tournament.
I think I actually wrote that down.
Roll for initiative. Also remember you also have a +9 to initiative now, not a +4.
Why?
Your alert feat that I sent you a couple days ago.
I totally forgot to write
Remember
it down.
to roll the dice and not to drop it.
Roll for initiative.
Uh, 21.
So anyone?
Holy
Not
shit.
24.
She rolled a natural 18, which is 20, so you go first.
Ah! Whew, okay, that was close.
Rogues, man.
Yeah, it's just a fuzzy one.
Let's just say +9 initiative. No one is ever going before Arwen ever again.
Why? Maybe.
That's about it, but they both have the same initiative bonus. +9 to initiative is a fuck ton.
When I got +5.
Well, yeah,
Yours
+9
is
though. It
pretty
was but by the time that you have like the chance to increase a couple of stats, because that's a +9 with not a 20 dex. So Arwen could get to the point where Arwen is rolling 30s for initiative.
Have you done anything like evasion or anything like that?
6.
Level 6.
What's the range I can move the hand?
20 feet.
Oh, okay. How far am I from Starfire right now?
Is it next to
20 feet.
Go!
And to do the thing, you have to do anything with the hand is a bonus action.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Got you. So what are you doing on your turn? You get to go first. Starfire's kind of standing there, like a huge, like 6-foot-long wooden greatsword in her hands.
7.
That's gonna be useful.
She'll make her hair blow in her face.
That's gonna be
She
useful.
can't see shit.
Stuff
No,
in her
that's,
hair.
just evasion.
That's what I mean. That's
Oh my God.
I'm gonna keep my mage hand like off
Dex,
to
I
the
take half on
side
the fail
with
and
my
no
bonus
damage
action
on
and
success.
get it ready to get
Your dex
behind
base mod.
her.
Got you. So is it taking the help action? Are you using the bonus action to use the help?
Was his bane?
Yes, is that okay?
Yes.
Cool.
Alright, so your bonus action is to have your mage hand do help. That means, what are you doing for your action? Attacking?
Yeah.
Alright, so you get advantage on your attack.
And you get sneak attack then.
You
Woohoo!
do. It's all the fun of being an arcane trickster.
That means something else, right? Where's
You cold?
sneak attack is
Nerves.
2d6? It's 2d something.
Yes, but you have to roll the hit first.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, sneak attack is currently 2d6. So if you hit with sneak attack, you do 3d6.
Why the fuck?
I'm just gonna-
100
Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Alright, let's see if you can hit first.
17
Plus,
You gotta hit.
What's my
with
dex?
17.
4.
uh,
21.
should be plus your dex plus your proficiency bonus. Should be down near
So-
where
Oh,
cataclysm
plus
and
your
calamity are the
proficiency.
same thing
I'm
that you're.
sorry.
It's the same thing that you're using cataclysm and calamity for. So
+6.
I'm
Plus 6?
stupid.
That's for all dex-based weapons.
Yes.
Cool, I'm sorry.
So 23.
23 to hit.
23.
That absolutely hits. Roll me 3d6 damage.
How much would you laugh if it just goes, that doesn't hit?
Cry.
I'm bad at
Be weird since it's a barbarian.
9.
Are you
Plus
9 plus
Dex.
4, so 13 total. Correct?
Yes.
9 plus 4, right?
You think so?
Alright. Make make perception checks, the 3 of you.
Am I count as one
Yes,
of these?
That's
Okay.
cocked.
Yeah, it is. You also make a perception check. You're watching the fights.
That's literally the same thing. I'm dumb.
Oh, I'm being
22.
Oh, fuck.
15.
16.
Hey, I ain't a snitch.
15, 16. 15 was the DC. So they don't see your spell. All you see is like right as Arwen is rushing in, Starfire gets ready to defend, and you just kind of see like them just kind of like jolt to the kind of quirk to the side a little bit, and as they do, the weapon gets thrown off just enough for Arwen to kind of like sneak underneath the arm and just kind of like a real hard jab like right to the abdomen that kind of like backs them up a little bit.
I'm like, must be the force of him rushing forward.
Wait, can I do something?
Yeah.
I like to wrap a copper wire around my finger,
Yes.
point at Arwen, and just go, I saw that.
You just hear a voice in your head just as soon as you just kind of back up a little bit, kind of smirking to yourself, and in your head you just hear Sylvanus. I saw that.
I'll smirk a little bit. If I get a second, I'll point back at him and be like,
You can reply back.
Yeah, you
You'll
can.
just
You can reply.
I can message, yeah.
Well, no, you can reply back to a message without pointing. It's just like a free reply. Just reply in your mind.
I'll just smirk and you'll just hear.
That's great.
All right, so Starfire. So her first order of business is going to be to rage,
Oh shit. Rage.
and as she rages, for the faintest of seconds, you can just kind of see like the outline of wings across her back before they sort of just like disappear.
Magic? Nope.
And cold sort of energy begins to just kind of like lightly swirl around her as like a mist. She's going to gain 2 temporary hit points, as she is.
Remember how we said someone has very similar eyes to her?
She's an ASMR.
Ah.
Well,
Similar to who?
Oh
well,
my
that's
God.
not specifically what this is. This ability is.
I'm just talking about wings.
Yeah, I was going to say. Well, the wings a little bit, yeah, but the ability itself is the Storm Aura from being a
Storm Barbarian.
Yeah, I forget specifically what the subclass is called.
Exactly,
Storm Herald, maybe.
Storm Herald, yeah.
But with that, she is going to swang at you.
Swang.
He's just swinging like 4 times.
So can you make bets
He's
during
just
the fight?
swinging
or
his
you have to-
swing.
I mean,
Yes,
you
it
can
is
you
on
can
the
do
floor.
like shady
Sway.
bets with like people that are
That is going to be a 20 to hit.
Well, fuck.
I'm assuming that's a hit.
Yeah.
I said I assume that's a hit.
I'm an 18
Also,
right now.
Keep in mind, your hit point total for this is half of your hit point
Is
total.
high the
overall.
lowest
Right.
AC
You'd have
now?
17.
Yeah. I'm gonna write it down here.
18, 16, 18, 15.
That'll be
What's your AC now?
5 points of damage.
That's not as bad as I was expecting.
Yeah. So with her great sword, she just kind of like swings through and kind of like catches you across the shoulder and just kind of knocks you a bit. You can feel kind of like the wood there kind of like a little as it gets hit and kind of like creaks little splinters and slight, but on that shoulder you're kind of like, alright, maybe face the other way now. But it's back to your turn. So what'd you like to do?
Plus 3. Try myself. Don't die.
I'm assuming she's just gonna run at me again, right?
She is now like, you're in melee with her.
Oh, okay.
But since you ran to her first, she's also still standing right next to the mage hand.
I'm gonna have it grab the back of her shirt and pull it back
Alright.
to try
So
and
that
get
is-
her to fall
yeah,
backwards
that is-
and open her arms up so I can
yeah.
get at her chest.
That
Oh,
is-
so you're not grappling.
Yeah, that is your bonus action. Go ahead and make your attack again with advantage.
This would be so fucking cool.
Oh no!
That's so bad.
Hello, welcome back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We're gonna get right back into this fight here.
What dice did you drop?
My d20.
I can give you a shade d20.
I literally picked it up already.
There's
That's
like
why I was laying it
maybe
down.
10
But I
here.
did. Why are you still giving me d20? Stop it.
He's just trying to flex.
I don't like this bit. We're all about to die. Why are you still doing this bit? All right. So
Arwen rolled to attack.
yes, Arwen rolled to attack. What did you roll to hit?
You can get that over
Plus
that.
stuff.
That's right. Plus, unit,
6.
4 plus 2. So
Leave my dice
that's
tray alone.
Well, you get an additional plus 1 to hit, don't you?
10. That is still gonna be a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Liz is gonna murder you guys.
I tried to stop him.
Can you stop?
We're just playing with our dice and our friends.
Oh my
Dungeons and
God.
Dragons.
Please stop. People are watching.
I'm putting it away.
Okay, time out.
All right. So
Actually,
Starfire is going to swing at you.
How are you doing on HP?
Ooh, that's not super high. That's gonna be a 12 to hit.
It doesn't hit.
Alright, so you kind of like go to pull back and like the hand just kind of like misses where the cloak is. Like you expect to like go into where the opening is and there's just never an opening and you both just kind of like lock weapons for a bit and you're like, oops. And then kind of like swing back, kind of prepare yourself for your next run. Next turn, what are you doing?
That's a good question.
Pull the cloak over her face.
Her cloak? Is she wearing a cloak? She's wearing a cloak.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I must use
That'd
these
be
3
funny.
D20s.
So that's not too obvious.
I was literally gonna have the hand like lie down so she can trip over it, but I'd have to get further away for that. So first, I'm gonna pull over her cloak. I'll pull her cloak over her face and then I'll run away.
Or do you want to like pull cloak, hit, and then run?
No,
Hit
pull
run.
cloak is the bonus action.
Well, yeah, but still,
Even
you have
for
action,
free.
bonus action, and movement.
For free.
But you're also trying to make sure that you're not discovered, right?
I mean, who cares at this point? It's just
That's
fucking
true.
funny.
The hood just magically.
What would you like to do?
It's windy.
It's a windy.
What would you like to do,
It's up
Arwen?
to you, Arwen.
I'll make an action like I'm gonna sweep her leg with my foot and have the hand actually tip her over.
Alright, so
It's
as a bonus
pretty-
action, you gain advantage on the attack. Make your attack action then, as you do that.
Attaction.
My attaction.
Yes.
That's a 1 and a 7. I'm gonna end myself.
It's a 13 to hit, which is unfortunately not going to do it. So she kind of stumbles a bit, but she's just out of reach when you go to swing the weapon. Starfire's turn now. That is going to be cocked. That is going to be also not great. It's a 13 to hit. Also misses.
Alright.
So you two are just kind of going back and forth. You're kind of just squirrely enough to stay out of range as you swing with the great
Just
sword.
so much of it. You're supposed to wrap
Kind of
around.
like slowly getting like more and more pissed.
So it's my turn now, right?
Yes.
Cool. So can I want to be able to get behind her. Can I like shove her forward with the mage hand, slide under her legs, and attack from behind?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Alright, so you have the mage hand pushing from behind using the help action. Go ahead and take your attack with advantage.
Let's do it. Okay, that's a 15 plus what, like 6?
Yeah,
21, that will hit.
I saw the 7 and went, and then I saw the 15 went.
Yeah, same.
Alright, so roll me 3d6. Roll me 3d6 and add 4.
6. Whoops.
She's raging as well, right?
Yes.
4, 5, 6 plus 6. That's
Plus
4.
plus 4.
plus 10, that's 10.
Sorry, I immediately forgot.
You need to get 36s because that's like another set of ones.
So the mage hand kind of pushes from behind. She kind of stumbles a little bit. You kind of like help by like as you slide, like go to slide underneath the legs. You kind of like stick a dagger out a little bit each side, and kind of like nick the ankles a little bit as she goes
Get her
forward.
back with me.
Yeah, and then kind of like pop forward and kind of like daggers like straight to the ones on the backs of the legs. And kind of you can feel like a lot of the pressure there kind of like give. It seems like this wood is on its last leg. And yes, raging does half damage, but unfortunately, what you are currently damaging is not the person.
Oh, but
So
she still because the rage bonus.
You both still have full HP technically. Because what was being damaged was not you as a person; it was the harness that you were attempting to damage.
That makes more sense.
So with that, it's going to be her turn. She's going to attempt to swing around at you. Once again, all of you kind of just see like. You see like Arwen kind of like trip as they go through and kind of take the ankles, but you also notice like a definitive like unsure step forward before the tick ever happened. It's a little odd.
How much hit points do you have left, Arian?
Enough.
That is a 21 to hit.
Well.
That's going to be 9 points of damage.
Oh dear. Okay.
She just kind of like swings around and like cracks you like right in the chest. You can feel like a lot of your wood just kind of like kind of inward. It's kind of like hanging on by threads now.
This next hit is crucial.
Yep, your turn.
Woohoo. Alright.
Tell me your pants
This
her
is
with the mage
hard.
hand.
What are you doing?
Wait, how?
What?
Wait, how what?
Shouldn't Arwen be down by now?
No,
They've
Arwen has
taken
3.
They've taken 2 attacks. Arwen has taken 9 points of damage and 5 points of damage. 14 total.
Okay.
Okay.
I was thinking
really confused for a
I was
second.
thinking for some reason Arwen took 9 twice, and I was thinking to myself like,
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
like,
I thought.
I,
too.
am like, I was thinking to myself like, you don't have hit points like T.
I was
No.
like, wait,
No,
does Arwen
Arwen-
not know that we're doing it half health?
No, Arwen.
Yeah.
Arwen has taken
Yeah,
14
sorry.
points of damage so far and has 3 points left.
Okay.
Okay, I was very confused, and I was thinking to myself, I was just doing math in my head like, this is
No,
confused.
they rolled a 9 to hit the one turn.
Oh, okay.
What's T's HP?
44.
44.
She's tough.
I'm the only tank.
Just
I'm
just think.
32.
Wasn't I
I
the
was,
second highest?
I was about to say
Nope.
just think. Luna has 64.
Arwen's 33.
Oh yeah, no,
Fuck.
I'm definitely not the
I'm,
highest.
I'm the 3rd highest.
I'm the
Who are you?
lowest.
32.
Oh, I'm 31.
I'm
Arwen
like
has
in the
33.
30s.
Yeah, so
What are you,
you're the 4th
28?
highest. Congrats. Okay. Sarwin, what are you doing? Come on.
I still go down. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Do you?
You okay? You okay on it?
The
I
immediate
want
regret.
the mage hand for only a fraction of a second to hold on to
One of those
Starfire's weapon
sessions.
to make
I
it
don't
like
think
weirdly hard to
time goes
pull
down
forward,
those.
but not enough to make it obvious.
I like that.
Wait,
All right,
what?
go ahead and roll your attack
Like
with
swimming
advantage.
through the water.
Yeah.
What?
The mage hand, the invisible mage hand, is holding on to the tip of the weapon for like a brief second. So she goes to swing, and it's just like, and then it goes.
Like it's not enough to notice, but it's enough to be like, what? And enough for me to maybe like avoid it easier.
It's so hard to dice jump.
Sorry.
Say, I've
I
never
rolled a-
seen somebody roll so poorly with advantage.
I rolled a 6. And that's plus what?
6, 12. That's not gonna hit.
Oh, fuck.
Are you adding the +1 you get from the daggers too? Because didn't you get an additional +1 to hit?
No.
No, that's
No.
AC.
Yeah.
Four-wheeler.
Oh.
These are wooden daggers too.
Silly cunt. That's me.
Man.
All right, there. Well, they just rolled a natural 2 to hit, so that's going to be a 7 to hit
Oh.
total.
Oh.
As you're not able to capitalize on your thing, but it threw their weapon off enough that by the time they start swinging through, you're already halfway out of the way, and they just miss by about this much.
You
They're
really
able to
need
kind of
to
skirt
do
wide.
different D20s. By
They kind of
this
just
way.
like hit, kind of lands on the ground, and you just
I'm
kind of
gonna
like
use
see
the
at this point the
I'm gonna
nostrils,
Fell
the
out of my
nostrils,
Red for
hands.
his eyes.
the nostrils just flare, and just kind of looks at you and just sit still. And she
Oh my
kind of
God.
like just like this grips on the wooden sword
Oh.
as she just is like ready to the
Oh,
next
she's
one
gonna
to
get
swing up
splinters.
through you.
You possibly
Just
want
so
to
she's getting ready to swing up.
Just swing up through you, like
got
literally
stabbed.
hit you starting at like the knee, and like she doesn't expect the sword to stop until it hits your neck.
Before you roll, do you want to borrow one of our D20s? You
Yours are
what?
I can't read yours. Yours are evil.
No one can read. No one can read.
Hold on,
Jeez.
If anybody else but
Use
him rolls
Fendian's
those
happy
dice,
dice.
they
I'm
don't-
gonna use Fendian's happy dice
My
and
dice-
my tiny dice.
my
because I
dice-
have advantage.
Go for it.
Why is mine
Alright, so
evil?
what is your
Is there anybody else but
what
you
is your
roll
mage hand doing this turn?
rolls that?
What is my mage hand doing this turn? My mage hand. What is she wearing?
Okay.
What was it?
She's wearing like cloaks, like robes.
Yeah, what did I say?
Okay.
Like furs, like fur cloaks.
This won't be too noticeable, but I do want.
Wow, I was like 51.
I want the mage hand to put the cloak close enough underneath of her weapon to get tangled in it, and for her to catch it, and for her to, like, when she swings up, swipe her own cape just in front of her.
Got you.
That's great.
Go for it. Roll
I
with
hope that
advantage.
happens.
Okay.
Am I the only one that's feeling cold?
Yes.
You rolled me a 7, you asshole. So it's what?
But you were
11?
happy when you did.
No, it's
13.
13.
Still not gonna hit.
18, wow!
Try a different die.
I'm going to. Please
That
don't.
is a natural 4 to hit. So that is 9 to hit.
Please.
Oh my
As
God.
once it kind of gets caught, but even as she brings it up, you're able to like carry it off. But she swings through hard enough and with enough aggression that you're like able to catch it here, and it kind of like throws you back a little bit, and you kind of like land on your butt and kind of like do a back somersault, and kind of like get back to your feet. But she is swinging
Oh, I
like
wish
this
someone
thing
was
real
there.
hard now.
So
If she-
Yeah.
If she connects with you, she's going to break it and then some.
Okay.
Go, Arwen.
Come on, Aaron.
If the mage hand snapped his fingers, is anyone else going to hear it?
Yes.
Yeah, anybody with ears that can hear a finger snap would hear it.
Well, I figured this is in an arena.
Maybe.
It's not
I
like
would-
a
I would-
coliseum. If
No,
they-
but there's a lot of people cheering. I
Yeah.
would say it would be if you did it like right next to the ear, then no, probably only
That's-
her.
That's what I was going to do.
All right, so it snaps in her ear to distract her. Roll again with advantage.
Go right for the armpit. 14! Finally!
What is
Plus
that? A
6. Plus 6.
unnatural 20 to hit? That'll hit. Roll me damage. That is 3d6 plus 4. Wow!
12.
15. 16, sorry.
16?
Yeah. I just beat the shit out of her.
Yeah,
No,
so
not
as
at all.
the snap happens, like, right in her ear, and you can see just, like, a kind of, like, flinch of the head, and right as, like, the head flinches, it kind of flinches right towards Arwen, who... Make an acrobatics check, and we'll see how cool you make this.
Do something with your tail.
Do you want this one again?
I'm gonna use this one, which I haven't used yet. 15! Alright,
Why haven't you used
acrobatics
that one?
plus 6, that's 21.
So as she kind of, like, is still holding the sword down like this, and as she, like, flinches, kind of, like, brings it up a little bit, she is strong enough where you are able to 3 steps forward, jump,
So I can hear.
right foot on, like,
Her knee.
no, right foot landing on the sword itself, and she's strong enough where you're able to spring off of the sword, and right as, like, this happens, she flinches this way, she flinches, like, her head this way, right into the dagger, connecting with, like, the sensor that is, like, right on the temple, and just hits, cracks it off, and you can even see, like, a small trickle of blood as she kind of, like, stumbles and, like, falls to one knee, the harness, like, falling off of her as you best her, and everyone just go quiet for a second, and then just, like, screams for you. And then it goes silent for one more second.
I
As-
make my mage hand
Uh-oh.
disappear as quickly as possible.
You
By
dismiss
the
it.
way.
No, not what I want. Sure.
Sure.
No. Where was the one I was?
It's like the music box music.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
So as like it goes quiet for a second because you kind of like, as she like goes up like this, she opens her eyes and they are like bright, shining white
Ooh, she don't
and
like the
pupilless. Aside from like a very, very thin, like paper thin circle of black that might highlight where eyeballs should be that are just like right here. And as that happens, you just see like, let's see. Does the game describe what these look like?
I hope I didn't piss her off too bad.
I think you did.
Yeah.
You made some very obvious mage hands
like-
to her.
Like mostly black with white accent wings, just kind of like out from the back, 10 feet each direction.
Those types.
As she just like stares at you, and like there's bright light like radiating off of her, like bathing you for like I'd say there's about 6 seconds of silence. And as she just stares at you, you just see like the crack of like a smile on her face. Before
I'm grinning the whole time.
I was about to say before she blinks and the eyes return to normal, and the wings just kind of like fold into her, like fold in front of her and just vanish. And with that, she kind of gets up off of the knee, kind of walks right up to you, puts a hand like she's pretty tall. She's about 6'4". No, she's taller than that.
Oh, Christ.
She's 6'7".
Oof.
Oh.
Is that legal?
You're an ASMR. And just kind of like puts like a hand on top of your head and kind of like leans down into you and just goes, "It's a cool trick.
Thanks. Is your head okay?
I'll be fine."
One of these days, Arwen's gonna get killed by one of his comments.
And with that, just kind of like tussles your hair and like gets up and like starts walking away and out gets about 2 steps before just turning around and just goes, "Hey,
Yeah.
you gonna fight in the tourney in 8 months?
Yeah.
Good. You owe me a fight."
Hell
With that, she turns around and walks away, and as she's like as her back turns towards you, just says, "If you're ever up north, look for a tribe in the Dales."
In the Dales?
The Dales.
Okay.
She had told you previously. Her tribe frequents the Icewind Dales up north, past the spine of the world.
Okay.
Cass?
With that, she heads off, and Arwen wins. People are going fucking nuts in the stands. Some people definitely lost a little bit of money there.
I'm just saying, your note taking is one of the most chaotic I've ever seen.
Fight in all caps.
Right?
And especially because
And Manta-Ray in all
I
caps.
was about to say it's literally like if you were typing that out, it's literally capital F space, capital I space, capital G space, capital H space,
The
capital T
aesthetic
space.
typing.
Hate. But yeah, people are going crazy. You look up and you see all with their tunics pulled up to like here is Knight and Rare and Aqua, and Autumn is just kind of like flailing her arms wildly as they're all cheering for you and jumping up and down. And another upset, the winner of this fight, the Rogue, one of our suave heroes of Dusttown, Arwen Potts, and everyone goes wild. It's
If
great.
they stood in the wrong order, then it would spell out win R.
All the Fendians are spelling out Arwen with their arms.
No, that's what my sister says. Win, R. She's a pirate. She does ship things.
Ah.
I'll go home.
She does what?
Ship
things.
things.
Art strip things.
Or
No.
teach her
Whoa.
win.
No,
That's
no,
you.
not that.
She's not of age.
She's 13.
Oh.
She's practically a fetus. Still attached to the womb.
But you will not be the fetus.
Still attached to the womb.
So yeah, so you walk off, having won your fight. As soon as you get inside the tent, you immediately get bear hugged by Luna. He
Hell,
literally just picks you up and is just like swirling around, just like spinning you.
bruh, I just literally rode someone like twice my size.
You just hear like, "I'm so proud of you."
It's like I should be betting on the people that shouldn't be winning.
I was about to say, and like as she's like spinning you, just hear, "I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You cheated, but I'm so proud of you."
Pretty much. What they don't know won't hurt them.
Except it did.
Except some of us know.
Yeah, but you're not
As-
they. You know what I mean? You're not the they I'm referring to.
I was about to say, and with that,
Yeah, that much
The
trust
the
in
only
you?
other person who seems to notice is Colette. Kind of like finds her way up next to you and just kind of like smiles and looking at you and just goes, "That was I'll be honest, I did not think you were that tough nor that clever, but I do not believe I will be underestimating you any further. That was
Cool.
impressive."
Oh boy.
Only happens once in a
Like a-
while. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Well, I think I have a funny feeling we have to fight in the next round, so I do not envy you for that win, I'll be honest. And with that, Varden has already walked out, who is a generic-looking guy, short black hair, is one of the captains in the Flaming Fist. You see next out, ready to go out, holding a wooden greatsword, similar to the one that Starfire was holding, is Lucian in his full, like, half-plate mail getup, just kind of, like, ready for it. Now he's not wearing the full armor set, so you just kind of see him in like half plate with the harnesses over, and he just kind of turns back to all of you guys and just kind of gives like a. The announcer is just like, and up next it is Baldur's Gate's Baldur's Gate's own one of our most regal knights and heir apparent and assistant to Grand Duke Bastian Brightbane himself. He has.
Your
That
hostess
last name,
with
yes.
the mostest.
Yes. Lucian Stelmane, and he kind of walks out, and there's like really loud cheers for Lucian. Seems like people like him. Lucian and Varden get to fighting. It's a little even at first, but within the
Okay,
first
I wanna
probably
fight.
15 to 20 seconds of the fight, it's just clear that Lucian is in better shape. Than Varden has better sword skills, and Varden just has like worked a lot harder and trained a lot more, and it's like very apparent. And is actually in 3 blows able to disarm Varden, like knock his sword onto the ground, and then just bring up a strike like right across the body and kind of like almost shatter everything, and then just bring it down and kind of connect like right here and just like shatter everything, and
Oh, boy.
even knock Varden off of his feet. He just kind of lands on his back. Everyone goes crazy, and Lucian just kind of like puts the sword on the ground and kind of like leans against it casually and just gives like a to the crowd, just kind of like a.
If I
Smiling.
bet 10 gold, how much gold do I get?
You bet 10 gold on Lucian?
Yeah.
20.
Oh, I put 20 on him.
Well, you get your 10 gold back and then 10 more.
How would you like to dance? Sorry.
All right, and that ends our first round of our first half of the first round. Up next, starting the second half, will be. I'm trying to remember what the.
It's
like.
Rax.
Is it Rax next?
Yes,
Is it
'cause I
Rax?
bet in
Rax
order.
and Rizwind.
Yes, Rax and
There's
Rizwin.
one better
She was-
lose.
I was about to say yeah. So Rax against a very strong looking dwarf with like curly red hair. Rax comes out with a surprisingly a great sword that is even bigger than the one that Lucian and Starfire were using.
Oh my
Theirs
God.
were about 6 feet long. Hers is about 6.5.
Is that legal?
That's a bird.
And
Bigger
Rizwin
than
is
us.
Rizwin is only about 4'6", but is using like a battle axe where like probably about this big is how big like both blades combined on the end are, and then about 5.5 feet long, so bigger than she is, and just kind of like wildly swinging it. That said, you would see Rax just kind of parry off every blow with ease, not even getting touched, before jabbing one down right in the chest, and Rizwin kind of like backing up, and before Rizwin can even complete her step, Rax just quickly sweeps the legs, and is able to sweep the legs and right about here lets go of the sword, and in one smooth motion just catches it here. Like lets go of it here, catches it here, and immediately stops all the momentum of like swinging that thing like this, like on a dime, and just stops it and brings it straight down and just straight into the stomach, just cracking everything. You see all of the air just sort of immediately exit Rizwin's lungs,
And
and
I
as
see 7 Fendians rub their hands
Yeah.
together.
as they're walking back, Rizwin is just like, "Fucking Christ, you're strong! Like what the fuck?"
Fucking payload.
Yeah.
Alright, I
It's
bet 20
courtesy
gold
of
was around.
a lot of
I
You
natural
get
I know
20 gold
mine.
back and 20 more.
So,
I bet 10 on that.
so you guys know our character. We helped a bit with that, and there was a period of one crit.
That's it. In that fight, Rizwin did not hit Rax once. Rax finished.
It was
Yeah.
it was bad.
It was- yeah, I'm really glad we got our bad rolls out, even though I already rolled a 1 again.
Yeah, I was about to say. And with that, actually, Rax even like noticing that her stuff is untouched, just kind of like looks over to Lucian and just like looks down at her stuff and just goes, "You want to reuse this?" And Lucian is just like, "I guess." Just kind of like takes it off and just goes, "Well, meant to be reusable, but I mean, if you're gonna be a dick about it," starts putting it on the next person.
That is the broship we need.
The next fight is Luna against Phoenix.
Oh, I bet on Luna. I know I did.
Yes.
I think I bet it.
I ran
So
out
all
of
of you
money,
know,
so I
Luna.
didn't.
Phoenix is the
I didn't bet on anyone else.
I say Phoenix is the rather pretty and petite looking. No, they're not next. It's Anchor.
It's Anchor.
and Tonic next.
Yep.
You're right.
So up next is Anchor and Tonic. You would see Tonic just kind of there.
Don't kill Tonic, he owes me a potion.
Yeah, I was about to say, kind of like getting themselves psyched up. Anchor is just like completely blank faced, like waiting there. They announce Tonic first. Anchor just kind of like takes a step forward, still completely blank faced. Just kind of like looks around at looking around at everything. Before they announce her name, and she just kind of strolls out. It's a pretty close fight for the first minute. When Tonic is finally able to land a strike, kind of hits like right on the hip, and you see a divine flash of energy kind of like bust out and kind of knock Anchor back more than a regular strike would as he divine smites her. But finally she's able to kind of like whittle him down, and they're both like on their last legs before Anchor is able to just kind of like he swings for like an over the top strike, and Anchor just like holds up her arm like this, and there's like a shield that sort of like folds out of her arm and blocks the strike, and you just see can just hear Tonic just be like, "Oh, come on!" Before she just kind of like swings through with the long sword that she has, and just kind of like hits right in the chest and kind of knocks everything off. Doesn't knock him off his feet, but just kind of stumbles back and all falls off, and he's like, and with that, Anchor wins, so everyone can mark that down. Next up is Luna. So Luna, everyone knows and loves her, against the rather borderline petite and frail looking Phoenix, the Dragon Ferox. Yes,
She sounded hot.
she is for sure. I mean, you saw with all the picture with the horns
Yeah.
up at least, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the horns.
And you
So
said
she
she's
definitely-
different colored eyes. I just think that's also.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, one is what did I say? One is
Gold?
what? No, one is pink and gold, and one is green and silver. As she just kind of like strolls out, holding a smaller version of the sword that like Lucian and Starfire fought with. It's a great sword, but it's only about 5.5 feet long. And as they stand there across from each other, she kind of like lifts it up. Perception check, all of you.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, except for
Only
T.
one.
That's funny.
22.
22. 5.
What did you?
Not bad.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Mine would have been 25. but
Maybe your
that's funny.
ears are really in tune.
21.
21.
Flip backwards.
See, I'm
So she kind of like brings it up like this, in a stance that's
Wait, 23.
really
Samurai stance?
no, kind of like this, but almost like defensive, kind of like across her body. It's not a traditional stance. This is Phoenix.
Huh.
It's not a traditional stance for a greatsword, mainly because standing like that really doesn't offer you anything. It requires a lot of movement to get to the point where you'd be able to strike. So it's a really odd stance to choose to start in, since you have your choice to start anywhere. And you also notice as she like brings it up, it starts out here, and you can kind of see it like quivering a bit in her hands, and she kind of has to like lower it in order to maintain
'Cause
her
of, like, the
hold
weight?
on it because of the weight. Yeah.
Too big.
She'll do fine. Be nice to her.
So I guess she's not used to fighting with big weapons. Maybe.
Why'd you do it?
Yeah, I was to say and the one thing you all know is you did get your choice of picking whatever weapon you would
she
like.
reached for a longsword first, I recall. She was the one that went to reach for a weapon, then went to the greatsword.
Ah.
But Luna kind of notices this as well and kind of like gives like a quirking eyebrow, and Phoenix just kind of like shrugs her shoulders and charges at her and kind of like swings wildly. She kind of has to get like a lot of her momentum to like swing the weapon through completely, and then it sort of like carries her a bit off her mark after she's done swinging. So Luna doesn't even rage. Luna just kind of parries off the first couple strikes. One or two over the course of the battle connect with her and do a little bit of damage, but not much. But she's able to pretty easily finally like knock it out of her hands and just sort of like
You're not chaotic, neighbor.
and just sort of like in one motion like go up and kind of like hit right on the hip and just crack it, and it all kind of like falls off. It also seems like she got hit fairly easily. Like she's not wearing any armor at all, and she's just wearing standard clothes underneath the harness.
Through the match.
And she's not. It doesn't seem like she's particularly good at dodging, and it also seems like everyone's harness took a certain level of beating before it came off, because the harness has half of your hit points essentially. Her harness really didn't take that much damage before it fell apart, and Luna kind of like hits it and goes to like ready another swing and sees that it already fell off, and just kind of like drops her weapon to the ground and just kind of like looks at her for a second and just kind of like, and then kind of like gives her a hand and kind of like helps her up. And she just kind of, yeah, it's the same. She just kind of shrugs and they just kind of walk off, and they're just like, slightly, well, the winner is Luna, and you know, all of your friends do still go crazy because Luna won, but it was definitely an odd display. Maybe.
Oh yes. Oh, what do you mean?
Perhaps someone just chose the
I can hear this one. It sounds like Christmas music.
Good.
Perhaps someone just chose an incorrect weapon that didn't suit them because they thought it might have a strategic advantage, or they wanted to appear tougher than they were. But not a quality fight by any stretch of the imagination.
Or maybe there was an emergency, so she had to throw the fight and leave.
Yeah. Well, no, she just kind of casually strolls up to Gallon Fear, who you would have seen beforehand.
Okay.
Well, you would have seen her sign up with, so they know each other. And Gallon Fear also actually kind of like looks at her and just kind of like shakes his head, and she just kind of gives like a.
I like this. Something's off.
You can do it.
If I could type in the right password real quick, that'd be great.
Is it password with one S?
Password.
No, I have to change my password.
Now it's password.
For now.
That was so weird. I've never heard me out that
But yeah,
What are
so,
we saying?
I don't know.
finally, the last fight comes around, and it is Twilight versus Devereaux. Who Devereaux kind of like gives like a smirking look over at Rax before he goes on and just goes, so motions to the chest. Are we splitting that? Or Rax just like, fuck off. He's just like,
Oh jeez.
kind of like rolls his eyes and just goes, oh, come on, I'm pretty sure it's the least you could do at this point. And Rax just kind of like rolls her eyes and looks away. Devereaux kind of strolls out there along with Twilight. They both kind of like stand there sizing each other up and just like, ready, and fight. And before he even finishes the word fight, Twi just like one like dagger like flipped up holding the blade part and just kind of like throws it straight at him, is able to like parry it off barely, but it still catches like the very quick tip of the head. And as he tips up, like it hits the head, he kind of like takes a step back, and as he's like looks down just in time to see Twi like Mach 10 like go the other dagger straight into the chest and just breaks it off completely apart. One move and just like tears it off, and he just kind of falls to the ground. He's just like looking up at the ground. You just hear, holy shit, what was that?
If I liked women, that would be the one.
What?
We're gonna get past round 2.
But yeah,
How are we
I was
gonna
going to
get
say,
past
it's like dead
you're
silent
there
for
first.
it's like dead silent for
All
a second.
three.
He just kind of like looks up and just goes, I thought I did my intel, thief, and just kind of like smirks at him and just goes, classically trained assassin, and he just goes, Well, that just kind of gets up and it's just like, eh.
That's fucking awesome.
I
I
was
had
gonna
a
say,
feeling she would win.
She has a +9 to initiative, and if she hits you first, she does 66 damage with the assassinate feat, and that's the end of that.
Oh.
So it's just like, oh, she gets to go first. That's cool. 40 points of damage at the end.
I now have
I
146
could possibly murder
gold.
some of us.
I'll say, yeah, that could outright kill some of you.
Yeah, same.
What? Oh, we have the same amount of gold now? What? Are you saying same to me? Or are you saying same to... There's like 5 other people here, so I'm
With
not
that,
saying same to...
with that,
We
so
appreciate you,
with
Adi.
that final win, that brings us to the end of the round of 16. In 2 weeks' time, the first day of on the first day of Uktar, the Rotting, will be the round of 8, where we will see the fights between Galonfir Dalmascus and Sylvanus Nightingale, the fights between Arwen Potts and Lucian Stelmane,
Oh no.
the fights between Rax.
How could she get to win?
You want to fuck with Rax?
Rax. Rax.
I will. I'll do it. No.
I bet you will. Between Rax and Luna Amaryllis. And finally, the fight between Rax and Anchor, that's right. Between Ranks and Anchor, and the fight between Luna Amaryllis and Twilight, no last name provided.
What is wrong with them?
Where have we heard Amaryllis before?
From, I know what you're thinking of, but like, it's like a stream, so I feel like it's weird to mention it on here. But it's also just a pretty name.
No, I feel like I've heard it in D&D before.
You have. But, like, it's also just a pretty name.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's also just a pretty name.
It's also just a pretty name. It's also just a pretty... Okay.
Okay.
So, with the fights having ended,
I just felt weird, like, announcing.
everyone is free.
Oh, wait, no, different.
We have really 2 hard fights.
Huh?
I'm going with someone that's probably really tanky and has to fight Lucian.
Everyone is starts to disperse now that all of the gold has been paid. But everyone begins to disperse from the fighting area, and you all are free to do with the rest of the day as you will.
The gang remembered I wanted to talk with them.
Tonight.
But that's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, T has plans in the late evening, so.
So you're talking with everybody now?
Well, do we want to like take our stream break?
We're going to.
Oh, okay.
I just want to see so I can know what to prepare for when we come after break. That was kind of me being like, hey, tell me what you're going to do next. But with I was saying it nicer in a more narrative way. But
I figured that's
yeah,
what
I was about to say yeah, but no, it's fine.
But yeah.
So you're gathering everyone together to talk?
Yes.
And then all of the contestants are still there, so if any of you 3 would like to talk with any of the contestants, you can if you would like to.
I have a feeling I know someone's going to come over and talk to me in a second.
Is that me?
You're not contestants.
Oh.
So there's no one in particular you want to talk to, you're just going to let whatever happens happen to you? Alright, and T, are you still standing outside? Or are you heading out now?
Oh, wait outside.
Oops.
I keep touching my mic. I'll deal with Syl later.
So you're heading inside with where Fen is going, because Fen wants to speak to everybody?
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll pick up with that as soon as we
Okay.
get back from our break. We'll see all of you in 15 minutes. Peace out,
Bye-bye.
and we'll see you in a little bit. Bye!
The temporary.
Hey! Alright,
Oh,
so
the cat left.
here we are, we're back. The cat has left, but he will be around, I'm sure.
And someone
Oh,
shared.
I just felt him on my toes. So, welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us through that. Now that we have finished up the trial of strength, Fen has gathered everyone in the kind of in a corner of the competitor's tent to talk about something. So,
I thought we were gonna go back to the bar.
Well,
there's still conversations that have to happen, like in the tent. People might go some of their separate ways afterwards. So I assumed you just kind of got everyone together as quickly as possible.
That
I-
works too.
Because if you were going to say, oh, let's meet at the tavern, some of us have stuff to do.
Well, I had a PowerPoint prepared, but I suppose she whips out like a little scroll.
PowerPoint.
All right.
So, I just figured I'd try to ask you all about this soon as possible. Sooner better than later.
Just us 4?
Well, that's 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Yeah. I suppose we could bring other people if we like, but I want to see if it's alright with you all first, because Although I like all of my friends, I trust you all the most. And
I was
Harp is here too.
I
But
was
don't
gonna say,
expect her to
yeah,
come.
right next to you, just like, oh, do you want me to leave?
No, Harp, you're welcome to stay. I just figured this probably isn't something you want to come do, but you are welcome if you'd like.
Okay.
So, I, as well, these two know that I have sort of an artifact for my goddess, as I've so lovingly called it, my shartifact. And, well, there's
Love it.
stones that sort of, I need stones for it, and anyway, she gave me the location of where to get these stones, and she also kind of told me she knows the general direction where we can find Chernobog, which of course are my beloved Cinderon, my friend, and Girder, my friend, are being held, and, well, the sooner we get to them, better, because I don't want them to die over and over again, then be brought back, and then be used as weird undead slaves, as I've heard he does. So it's sort of time sensitive.
What direction?
Oh, good.
So, I'm pretty sure. So.
And if you say north or south, is it your north or south or our
Oh,
north
shut
or
up,
south?
Sylvanus.
Harp is just kind of looking like very questioningly at everybody here. Like,
Oh
as
my
you,
god,
like,
I
she
didn't
just
write
doesn't quite
down which
understand all the
direction
jokes.
Chernobog is.
Oh no.
Is he north? No, he's to the west. I think Chernobog's to the west.
West is
You have
the
no idea what
ocean.
Chernobog is, but you
No,
know
like
that
the general direction I thought where his like crypt or his thing was.
the Warlock's Crypt is north of you.
She also told me the general direction she knows where Chernobog kind of is, but not like where he really is. I thought she said west.
The west is the ocean.
Yeah.
And the east.
Yeah, east.
So,
I
anyways,
thought you said west.
I know he's sort of out east, but the
Sorta?
place that I need to go to get what I need, which apparently can sort of help lead me towards an instrument of fate.
I know one of 4 locations where he is. I just need to know the direction we're in. So is it west or is it east? There's one in both directions.
Well, Fendian wasn't saying west out loud. That was Audie.
Okay.
So Fendian says east.
But like it was actually east? Because
Yes.
I also thought it was west.
We got the map confused.
Okay.
West is ocean.
I thought you
This
said
place is called the Warlock's Crypt, and it's north, actually north, past Ocean Lily. If we travel by boat, it'll take 5 days there and 5 days back, and give us 4 days of wiggle room. Going by horse is not an option because that's 16 days one-way travel.
Even normally, if we had the time, that's 32 days.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's too
I
much.
would never ask you all to
That'd be too
put
much
the
time
whole
for
entire
the
month.
Yeah.
Aside for that, but if I'm able to get this, one, it will better equip me for
Combat.
exactly, and I believe whatever we find at that crypt will probably all come out with some sort of riches or something that will give us all an edge.
We should also probably expect some kind of undead.
Yes, unfortunately. And none of you have to come, of course, but I figured I might as well ask if you would journey with me on this, as it's very important to me, and at least 2 lives I know are at stake. Many more if we don't.
So I'm clear. I understand perfectly. You want to go to the crypt,
Yes,
Where
because
to
the
get
crypt has
the
what I
stone.
need for my artifact.
which is one of the stones, which will lead you also to
And
an
the artifact
instrument.
is what I need to unlock the instrument of fate, which is around where Chernobog is.
So they're in close proximity?
I don't know if they're in close proximity, but sort of related. And I'd rather get this done sooner rather than later. If we wait till, after all these festivities are over, then that's an additional time that we're taking to go out there and then go back. And my friends might already just be dead.
Rain told me of a facility he uses in the east. We can just go now.
Well,
How
I'd
far
like
east?
to be able to get what I need to use the instrument of fate. That is where he is.
I'm not gonna wait.
All right, then you can go ahead, T. I
have
was
2 people that he's had for 5 years.
all right.
Goddess.
Well, that was. I guess that just there wasn't a point to this
How
conversation.
far is the facility out east?
You have no idea.
It's,
Ooh.
Rain
There was
said
dust.
it's in a cave on the beach side
That's
east of
to
the
the
city.
west.
I wrote down verbatim what you told me.
Okay, I'm telling you right now it's to the west because Baldur's Gate is here. And the coast is literally here. It's west of the city.
So I had mountain range to the west, desert
Yeah,
to the south.
Those are flip-flopped. Desert is still to the south, but east and west are flip-flopped.
So it's the mountain range to the east.
East, yes.
Okay.
So it's to the mountain range or the beach?
I guess it's the mountain range.
The mountain range is to the east, the beach is to the west.
We
Didn't Char tell me I needed to do the crypt first?
She did.
Yeah, so
so somehow this. Sorry, this is all confusing information. So the stone will help the artifact, which will help you find Charbog.
no, okay. So the stones fit into my Shartifact.
Yes.
Shartifact is something that I will need to use in order to find / utilize Instrument of Fate, which she said it was like Chernobog has it, or like it's in where he is, correct? Because I'm pretty sure like that's the
She didn't say. She just said you could use the artifact to unlock the Instrument of Fate.
Oh, why
was
the
meant
fuck
for
did
you.
I think it had something to do with where Chernobog was?
Because she said it would help you. One, it will help you in your fight against him, but they also are related.
Okay. So it will help me in the fight, but they also are related. So if it's related, then it might help us pinpoint his location better, or perhaps it's some sort of key also.
It also, if we take out the 2 weeks to go out there, well, 10 days, could perhaps, I'm just throwing this out there for everyone, could perhaps we tell Rain and Colette in the meantime, gather more information to pinpoint exactly where in the mountain range.
That will work.
I mean, Rain knows the 4 facilities that he uses. And I imagine we need to do this sooner rather than later because he could just move.
But, may I point out something? You're trying to find your 2 friends.
Yes.
They're where Charbog is.
Yes.
So, if you wanted to save your friends first, when
well, my goddess told me that I sort of had to do the crypt thing first, so I have a feeling what we get from there will be directly linked in being used to get Chernobog, if that makes sense. Otherwise, I don't think she would have told me to go there first. Sorry, this is just Audie's voice. I lost the Fendian voice. You don't have to come with me, but it is something that I'm going to go do regardless.
you're going to go do that regardless. I'm assuming?
Let's see, who's gonna know geography? Still, make a history check.
Am I good at history?
Uh-huh.
9.
Maybe
9?
he's not good at history.
I'm good at history.
Are you proficient?
Bless
Yeah, make a history check then.
I had my feet in a weird position, and I
17.
moved them.
17?
Now they hurt.
Still, you are familiar that you know there are some mountain ranges out east, but you don't know approximately how far. Racking your mind, Kai, you're thinking like out east, and you think, all right, well, east of Baldur's Gate, there is the river Sheonthar, which is what Baldur's Gate sits on, that flows out into the sea, which allows it to be a portside city. And that goes pretty far east until you hit the beginning of the Tradeway in Scornable. And that's kind of like right on the edge of the Reaching Woods. By the quickest way to get to Scornable, it's about a 3-week travel by horse, about a 2-week travel by boat. Then you can either walk through the Reaching Wood or take a boat through there. If you walk, it's about 10 days. If you take a boat, it's about a week. And then after you get through after the Reaching Wood, it's about another probably 6 or 7 days on foot to reach the closest mountain range towards the east, which is the Sunset Mountains, which are divided up into a very large mountain range. The far hills sitting in the center, probably about 100 miles wide of hills, and then another huge chunk of mountains that are like in like this kind of shape again. They're also the Sunset Mountains, so it's kind of divided up into 2 separate ranges. But there's probably 800 or 900 peaks in each set of ranges. So, but you would know that if you are doing your fastest, if you are taking a boat all the way through the Reaching Wood and then parking a boat and then walking towards the mountains, that's about a 4-week travel.
I say all
each
that.
way.
So, may I bring up one thing, which
Bring
is
up as many as you need.
a possibility. So let's say we go do that. We get some riches, some other artifacts or weapons,
That will better prepare us for the fight.
Let me continue, please. From the vault, do we perhaps want to continue the tournament? Because looking at how many winners of the first round there are, most of them favor our group itself, which would mean we saw how they gave us gifts and everything, where likely they would use this gold to spend on the group. And I do recall we can pick one thing from the vaults of Baldur's Gate, which might give us another magical item, which make us even more prepared for Charbog. Do we perhaps want to finish the tournament, get the gold and such from it, make a group pot,
I don't see anything wrong with that.
and better prepare ourselves to go out east? Because out east is going to be a few-week tournament, meaning 2 of us will miss it. I highly doubt like Luna's going to let you go alone to fight Charbog. I highly doubt like Rax possibly.
Half the tourney would just drop out at that point.
We would also lose out on that gold, that one thing to pick. And I mean, let's say Lucian is a friend of ours who will go with us to help pick the item. He could probably give us an idea of like what would be the best to pick from the vault. Oh, that sword looks shiny, but that old rusted one, spare magical properties.
Certainly. And at least I know that we could make it to and from the crypt with still enough time for the tournament. Although it is time sensitive, we don't want to rush in there as fast as we can and then immediately get killed because we're not prepared. We were barely prepared. Well, we weren't prepared at all for the fight there, but at least if we can have a plan, it'll give us a much better fighting chance.
And also something I might point out with the festival, we might be able to befriend more of the participants, which might make our force even bigger or better to choose from. Because we have quite a few friends that are close range. How many magical? How many healers?
Not enough.
I mean, I'm not asking any of you to go with me.
I think I'm here. No problem.
Yes, but we
well,
prefer
you're
you
going
not
to
to
die if you go alone.
So be it.
We don't want you to die. We want you to live so you can accomplish what you're trying to accomplish.
We can also, in the meantime, as we're doing this, send out a message out to your companions on Cloud's Peak to probably send assistance.
They are not getting involved.
You seem really eager to do this thing out east.
Who's this speaking?
This is Harvey. Okay. Your friends, you said that they've been there for 5 years. You think they're suffering?
Yes.
You know that if you go out there and get yourself killed, you know what they're gonna do? Suffer.
I want longer, unfortunately. It's all
You should
sort of
probably
just
make
rock
sure
and a
you
hard place.
succeed. That seems like kind of the important part.
He's just stubborn.
Yeah, we noticed.
Listen, as soon as I found out, obviously, of course, the first thing I wanted to do was just go and get them, but I took some time to think. Also, my legs hurt from the battle before. And, you know, as much as we want to save them as soon as possible, and time is sensitive, we have to be smart with our use of time to gather what we can, so then we're as well equipped as possible to crush Chernobog and save our friends.
Would they also capture you and then use you against the ones at Cloud's Peak?
No. They can get by without me. I'm expendable.
What if
That's
they
why
don't?
I'm the one on this mission.
What if they don't think you're expendable?
Then they're idiots, and I've told them otherwise.
You know, listen, T, if anybody has a low opinion of themselves, it's me, but come on, you gotta lift yourself up a little bit, jeez.
People
Well,
will be
as
better
fun
off
as this
without me.
is,
Stop.
I do like your promise of riches, so I mean,
I'm not shocked.
I'm in.
And, I mean, Arwen's
What about you, small mouse friend?
sister does have a boat. Perhaps we could pay her for it, for use of it. I don't expect her to let us use it for free.
And how do
That's a
you
long
expect to
ride.
travel a boat from the ocean to a river?
I'm assuming the ocean feeds into a river?
What?
Does the river that we would have to go through feed into the ocean?
It feeds into it to the
It goes
west, but
across.
not to the
It goes
east.
across the Dragon Strait.
Oh, you mean up north?
For the Warlock's Crypt thing is what we.
Celeste's boat. If we wanted to try
Yes,
and...
you could potentially take that north.
No, like to the mountains.
Oh, to the mountains? No, you're gonna need a much smaller
Okay,
boat.
that's what I thought.
It might. I mean, if
It's kind of like ocean is here, shrinks into the river. Baldur's Gate is like here, and you need to go this way.
We could also.
honestly, we might be.
What?
I forgot that my whole backstory is with a fishery. Maybe I can ask them for one of their boats. I'm sorry. I'm not going to ask her to out herself. She's not a huge dragon either. she's like smaller.
Out of character, she's a young dragon. So she could not carry all of you. She could carry one of you maybe.
Perhaps with the winnings of the tournament and from the betting itself, we can possibly
Even rent one.
even rent a small boat. They don't cost much to rent, from my knowledge of merchant background.
Seems like a good idea. You're gonna want something small and pretty quick because it sounds like you gotta go upriver.
Yes.
Ask me in the morning.
Okay. That's fair enough.
This isn't something I wouldn't expect everybody to agree to immediately, so some time to think on it. Think
Okay.
on
Out
it
of
is
character,
fair.
I'm waiting to see their state from the scroll sending.
That's fair. Or scrying? Is it sending or
Scrying.
scrying?
Scrying.
I think we're all confused.
It was me who needed sending for Harp, but then I just fucking went out and
You
got her.
have the
so.
sending now. Thankfully.
But anyways, I think
Yeah,
you all
but she
for
needs to
taking-
get the second piece to whoever wants the second piece to
Yeah.
give to.
I thank you all for taking the time to listen to my request. Harp, obviously, if you want to come with, you're welcome to, but I don't expect you to put yourself in.
So when are we leaving for Warlock's Crypt? Is that tomorrow?
Well, if everybody agrees, hopefully as soon as possible. So, technically, I guess we could give ourselves like 2 days of wiggle room before we go. We need to prepare, but sooner rather than later. So, we
So
can
you're going
still-
in between rounds of the tournament.
Yes.
Perfect. Sounds good. I won't have to miss any of the action.
We should also think about. You should also think about who you want to ask to come as well, and perhaps offer them a reward of the treasure there, or offer.
I've heard a little bit about the Warlock's Crypt. I'm gonna be honest. I think less people is probably better.
Sounds good. Yes.
It's not the kind of place you storm. It's owned by a.
It's owned?
Yes.
Somebody owns it now?
They preside over it.
Oh, you mean the
Lich.
I was getting to that part.
Excuse me? That might have been important to
Sorry,
mention.
that's me, Audie. I only kept reading to the Ocean Lily and the Dragon Strait part. I was like, good, I can tell them exactly how long it'll take to get there. And I kept forgetting to read the rest. Yes, it's home to a lich from the Netherial Empire. It used to be the Flying City Sanctuary before it all crashed.
Yeah, so the ruins kind of
You
crashed.
just see T like lock her jaw and her eyebrows start twitching, but she doesn't say anything.
The entire city just
That
kind of
says
crashed
plenty.
into the side of the mountain, and so you can still see like the spires coming up out of the ground, which is how you know it's there. But probably about the lower 60 feet of it went underground, and they just kind of built lower. All in all, I've heard last time I heard somebody come out of there, it was this. I was talking to this will-o-wisp, and
That's who you're talking to, huh? A dead spirit?
yeah. So I was talking to this will-o-wisp who got kind of lost and found his way into my grove. And last time he checked, he was about 750 feet deep now. The Lich has like a whole kind of like operation going on there now with like, you know, undead armies and all that fun stuff. But it's mainly just for protection. He's kind of gotten like a little like not paranoid, but he's very like protective of like what he's doing down there. So he doesn't want he wants the army to keep stuff out, not necessarily to go out and take more stuff, if that makes sense.
Do you know what a lich is?
Yes.
So
perhaps this could be a diplomatic sneaky mission.
Undead armies.
But this
Have you met our group and put the words diplomatic and them
Yes, Harp,
together?
yes, sir?
So I was going to suggest you probably want to take a small group of people, and you probably want to be pretty sneaky and stealthy about it, rather than just like marching in and attempting to, you know, kick names and take butt.
How much do you know about this lich? Perhaps this could be done diplomatically.
Not that much. Not enough to, you know.
Although they're undead and evil, they're still people who talk.
Not enough to know what kind of gifts he'd like.
Maybe bones.
He might take those from your body.
No, thank you.
You made a bone, so would you like a bone as a gift?
I mean, I could perhaps fashion it into jewelry.
Ooh, I can tell you approximately how old he is, though.
Oh, that's
He's
wonderful.
a little north of... At this point, it'd be a little north of 2,300 years old.
That's reassuring.
230 years. That's not so bad. That's about how old I am. I'm kidding. I know how much it is. I'm just a little nervous.
Oh, you're a little nervous.
A little north of 2,300 years old. 2,300 years.
Mm-hmm.
He was about 800 years old when the ruins crashed, and he just about died and then became a lich instead.
And pray tell me, do you expect all of us to be diplomatic with him, or do you expect only like one of us to be diplomatic with him? Because I want to know how that goes.
Well, Sylvanus, you're used to talking to noble people. I too am used to talking to nobles, even though they usually hit me. So that might work. And listen, if anything, I have one of these. I'm just gonna take one of my patches off and produce a lantern. We will always be each other's light in the dark.
Get the fuck away from me.
I can also talk.
Mark
to
off one of
nobles.
your lanterns from your cloak because you can't put it back on there.
For this
That's
one.
fine.
It's just used forever.
What?
It's hooked on to me.
I didn't hear.
I mean, if it goes out, I can just add more oil to it.
True.
And I didn't have a lantern with the things I bought, so that actually works.
And I gotta
With his
figure out
bone,
how
huh?
to carry it.
Alright, so,
In my backpack.
is there anything else that Fen wanted to talk to the group about, or is that it?
No, it was just gonna ask if they wanted to go with. He still plans on going, 'cause, and he was gonna ask Twi if she wanted to come with.
Gotcha. So the group breaks apart for the
Yep.
moment.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Yeah, I broke
What do
that.
you do?
So the group breaks apart for the
Dumb
moment.
joke.
What is So Fen, where are you heading now?
I don't want to spend any more money today. I'll probably just chill with Kai. Wherever he goes, I'll hang out with him. We're friends.
I forgot you guys became really, really good friends in the shopping spree that you had when you weren't here.
Wait, hold on.
They bought matching
You're
lip
besties
gloss.
now.
I stole a bunch of outfit ideas.
You
to
also
disguise
only
self.
put black lipstick on your top lip. I was
So,
just
Kai,
saying
what are you
about
doing?
it the other day, and it was like, if it's lipstick, would you look weird without it? Hanging out with Fabian, I guess.
Right, did you hang out at the bar, or probably around the tavern, or walking around the festival, window shopping, whatever? Arwen, what you doing?
Looking for more weird stuff around the festival. See if Luna wants to come along.
Luna hangs out with you, and actually Luna and before they stop by you, the twins kind of stop by you and just go, "Hey T, we forgot. Have you ever been up to see the academy?" This is Aqua saying this, which is a little weird because she normally lets Night do all the talking, but she's like, "Have you ever been up to see the academy?"
My kind's not generally welcome, so no.
Oh, but we can make an exception. There's a fun secret sort of night tour going on tonight. You should meet us up there for the tour at sundown.
Is this Night saying it?
No, this is Aqua
I was
saying
gonna
it.
say a night tour.
No,
Got it.
for the night tour. You get it?
Yes.
Excellent. And with that, they both kind of like walk off, and they actually Aqua and Night, as well as Autumn, are actually going to join Luna with you, and you're all going to go and hunt for weird stuff. The Wormling also comes along.
Who comes on the inside?
It's you, Luna, the twins, and Autumn.
Autumn.
Yes, with the Wormling. All of you are just
Cool.
sort of like hunting for weird stuff. You get like some people as you walk past like different stalls, kind of like congratulating you on your win. They're congratulating Luna too, both of you. Rare kind of like stops for a second before she goes with you guys and just sort of like looks at you and just goes, "I'll admit, didn't think you had it in you.
Thanks.
Where'd you learn how to
Reassuring.
fight like that? Have you been watching me or have not been looking?"
No, I've been actually practicing these past 2 weeks. Every hour I can.
It's a hell of a lot of skill to pack into 2 weeks of training.
Some of it was luck.
Fair enough. I don't believe that as much. I think you deserved it. Well, congrats and enjoy your win. Looks like somebody wants to talk to you, and she kind of turns around to look at Rax, then just kind of like walks out. Alright.
Just imagine there's like a line of like every like 3 feet another person waiting, like leaning against the wall, like arms crossed, like.
Yeah, just go on. But T, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for him to leave, and on his walk back to the suites, I'm gonna talk to him.
Okay, well people are going to hijack him before they get to that point, so we'll just say that
Did you want to like step in, tell him now, and then let him be dragged off?
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, go for it.
So she's gonna come up to you and pat you very hard on the back. So, buddy,
Oh no.
don't know how to fight, huh? Not good in a fight, huh? Should have told me you knew how to use daggers.
I wanted to try something that is a bit more quicker.
Well, the person who beat me isn't allowed to lose, so for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to train you. I know how to use daggers. You could use the help, couldn't you? She pats you again.
I could use the help. Like he's saying, like he's like a gun to his head.
Meet me
2 of them.
half hour before sunrise, outside the suites in the back, tomorrow morning.
I assume that's gonna be every day.
Yes.
Of course, of course.
See you then. She pats you again and then walks off.
Like there's a couple people left watching this. Like there's a few. Like Rax looks like a little bit concerned.
Somewhere I feel a sense of satisfaction.
Rax looks like a little bit concerned. Gab is like still there, also looking like a little bit concerned. Galanfear and Phoenix are both just looking like kind of amused and kind of like turned in.
It was on the ground.
This is this.
How did I get over there?
It was between our seats.
Oh, the cat got it.
Sorry.
Phoenix and Galanfear are kind of like just like eyebrows raised, just like looking in amusement at it, and then Lucian and Colette are just sort of like turned in towards each other, like coughing heavily and like hands covering their faces so you can't see them laughing as they watch this happen.
As I walk by, you could join us.
Lucian just kind of looks up and just goes, I would love to, but I unfortunately am already at my post at that time most days, so
Oh, you're scared.
tragically would not be able to do that. And Colette is just like, I'm normally not asleep by that point most days, so I think I will also have to pass, but I'm sure the two of you are going to have so much fun. You'll have to tell me all about it.
You don't want me working you hard every morning?
Whoa. Oh, I didn't like that.
Hard.
That's gonna be that one.
She's a little pissed. She's letting it leak out.
What?
She's a little pissed and she's letting it leak out.
She kind of like, she like goes to say something and just like stops and just goes, I'll be back later tonight, and just kind of turns around and like takes 2 steps, stops, turns around. Good to know you got the gifts though, and then just keeps walking. Lucian is just like, I would, but I don't want to, and walks out.
Pussy.
Turns back to you and just goes, and
The
just keeps
gorg is
walking.
up.
It's vinegar.
You gonna drink? No.
Oh, good times.
Good
4.
times.
I win.
No.
Alright. So, T, do you head back to the suites now, I'm guessing, or something?
Come hang with me in Kai.
Well,
And
what
probably
time of
already
day
wine
is it?
drunk
Like, it would be
Kai.
like
3.
Plenty of time to harass Silmore.
I would head back to the suites and write a just in case letter and leave it on my bed with my 2 normal letters.
Gotcha.
And then meditate and ready myself for the academy.
Cool. So, Sil, what are you
Yep.
doing, if anything?
I believe I'm going to be dragged away.
Not exactly yet, so if you'd like to talk to anyone first, you can. The only people left in the tent at this point, since some people have left, are Rax is kind of like standing by the door, just going over, counting through some of the final pieces of gold that she has. And then Galanfear and Phoenix are just kind of standing there, though Galanfear eventually leaves.
I think he would stop by Galanfear and Phoenix.
Before the dwarf left?
Yes, he would,
Gotcha.
he would. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. I will be interested to see how you fare in our next fight.
We shall see. He would bow his head slightly. I hope at the very least I learned something from your fight.
From my fight.
Seeing more different fighting styles can lead to more knowledge. I want to better myself as a combatant.
Fair enough. Well, let's see how much you've learned when it comes 2 weeks' time then. Wish you the best of luck. You'll need it. With that, he walks out. Phoenix just kind of like looks at you and just goes, Phoenix just kind of like gives you like a jaunty wave and then just, good fight.
Thank you. Were you okay out there? You seem to be struggling at some points.
Not quite the... maybe should have picked a different weapon.
Did you just go with your gut for your weapon?
Yeah, I don't know. Thought it would look cool.
That sounds like someone I would know. As his mind just goes, Arwen.
Yeah. Also, guess I didn't get enough sleep last night, maybe.
How come?
Guess I just didn't get enough. Felt
Had
a
to-
little shaky.
Had to get up a half hour before dawn?
Don't think so, but have fun with that. That sounds like hell.
I'm not gonna have fun. Well, are you staying for the rest of the 20 minutes?
Yeah, gotta. I mean, Pops is still in it, so gotta kind of stay for it. Be a little rude of me just to leave.
He won't say out loud, but there's that, puzzlement of, hearing Pops and then, thinking what Galanthea is and then thinking what she is. Kind of like doing the math in his head.
Exists.
Like, he's thinking, he's like, is it a nickname of his age? Is it adopted father? Like, he's, putting that through his head.
No, leave her alone.
You know about that.
Hi, puppy.
Wow, can you specify hi and don't say that about me on the stream?
You got any plans for the immediate future?
I'll
Eat
see
dinner,
about
go to
that.
bed. Sorry. Nothing.
Possibly. I know I have something to go do in quite a few moments.
You have anything to do tonight?
At the moment, no.
You want something to do tonight?
Or someone. Sorry.
My evening plans are free.
Cool. Meet me at the Elf Song tonight.
I know what that is.
Secret
Okay,
Tavern.
yeah, yes. Is that your phone?
That's the one.
That's the one you got kicked out!
No, I'm gonna get kicked out because I didn't find out until after I left, but that's the one Cat flooded. Not me, Cat!
Cool. I'll see you tonight then.
And that was Phoenix he was talking to?
Yeah.
Okay.
That she kind of just gives you a smile and just kind of walks out before she kind of picks up her the sword, still kind of struggling to lift the full weight and kind of puts it back up on the wall where it was originally hanging and walks out.
I go to the door.
Rax is just kind of there. Sorry for not telling you that I bet 100 gold on you. I figured it would freak you out.
Calm so.
I can't believe you believed in me.
How fucking dumb.
It's like he's struggling, not to, say or shout, are you insane for doing that? But, calm. I'm sure you had your reasons.
Yeah, I actually had a good plan for this.
I'm guessing maybe you're gonna upgrade your gear.
Not exactly. Well, it's gear of a sort, I suppose. I love that Maddie just looks at office, at the camera, just
Sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't.
It's gear of a sort, I suppose.
I'm intrigued.
You want to come help me pick out some gemstones?
Sure.
Alright, cool, you helped me earn the money, so just at least watch how it's spent. And she'll kind of head out into the festival.
Mm-hmm.
You follow?
Yes.
Alright, so.
The question is tattoos or.
I was just thinking that.
Gear.
On a character I know, and it's gonna be quite funny.
So yeah, she goes up to one of the nicer jeweler stalls. It's a jeweler in from Neverwinter, and just kind of stops by them and just goes, "Hey." The worker just kind of looks up. It's this older gnomish man, kind of brown hair beginning to gray, kind of all tousled up and kind of wiry and curly. Just a thin kind of goatee kind of coming down. He just looks up and just goes, "Oh, yes, hello. I believe I spoke to you yesterday." It's just yeah. You still have that if you are buying whole gemstones, you'll do a buy one and you'll match what you buy. It's "Oh yeah, why? Were you interested in a gemstone?" Just kind of onto the table, and he's just "Oh." And then just kind of opens it up and he sees all the gold and he's "Oh." It's well, already reaching over the table and taking all of it. You just need to tell me what you want and I can certainly get it for you.
Oh.
When you make $2 grand in one day.
Right?
In 1 minute.
And she's
One
just
sale.
odd request, but is there any chance we can get the gem in powdered form? And he's just kind of just kind of like gives like a weird look and just goes, "Give us a little bit, and we can probably do it. It's an odd request, but if we're going to be giving me this kind of money, then one I will certainly honor." And with that, he's like, "So, what kind of gems would you like?" And she goes, "For me,
What is the color of her hair again?
the color of Rax's hair?
Yes.
It's black as night."
Ooh,
Did
and
you-
Sapphire would look nice. Like,
I was gonna say, like, would you perhaps sapphire, maybe like black onyx?
Is she gonna dye her hair with a gemstone, and that's gonna be magic hair?
You know, that actually be a really cool thing if someone could do
How
like
does it work with the
infusing.
powdered gemstones? I've never heard of that
She's
before.
probably gonna use
It's
the
like
like
a
the-
Liz tattoo thing.
It's like a,
You powder the.
but I know it's like kind of like, I don't want to say it's Moai, where they like kind of like pound it into your body.
like a stick and poke.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that how they do it.
Well, what is it?
You like get
There are
like
different effects for different gems.
magical effects.
Oh, so maybe you should look into what effect she's going for first.
Yeah, as let's say, she just kind of stops for a second before thinking and just goes, "Close with the blue," and turns to him. "You have aquamarine," and kind of like, "You can probably find it." And goes off to find it, and then just turns to you. "What kind of gemstone you want?"
Excuse me?
"I'm getting a magical tattoo from that,
Oh, tree.
yeah." So,
Still
if
getting tattooed.
I get to spend
I know
2,000
it's
gold if I get to spend 2,000 gold to get a magic tattoo, then you also get to spend 2,000 gold to get a magic tattoo. I mean, you're the one who won the money for me, so what do you want? What kind of stone?
He looks like kind of like down at his like outfit and thinks for a moment. Perhaps my family color.
Sapphire, then?
Mhm.
Alright, so the guy eventually comes back about 45 minutes later. You guys just kind of talk in the meantime. And you have a sack that has 2,000 gold's worth of powdered aquamarine and 2,000 gold's worth of powdered sapphire.
Off we go.
Yes. Alright, so you head over to Anostriana's tattoo
Yep.
tent.
I know exactly what I'm gonna say as soon as we walk in.
What do you say?
So as soon as we like walk in, it's like, so how did the date go?
Oh, wow, you're back. I love that. It was... I guess I can answer that with another question.
Mhm.
Which one?
Did we catch the
I don't
name?
remember.
Did we catch the first name?
She didn't tell us.
The one that's across the road.
No,
Oh.
she meant more
No,
as like,
she had.
I meant-
date.
I meant which date?
Oh, more than one.
Yeah?
Congratulations, then.
Thanks.
And you were going to wait.
Shut up. Alright, are you here to harass me, or are you actually getting tattoos this time? And Rax just kind of like drops both the bags on the ground, just kind of peeks in and just goes, "Ooh, this is gonna hurt, but it's gonna be so pretty."
I feel like my whole next 2 weeks is gonna hurt.
That's the spirit.
I imagine
No,
when
that's
we're
the
traveling.
spirit.
we're
I was
also
gonna say
train.
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
if we travel.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, we'll come back to that in a little bit.
Okay.
But for starters, she would just kind of like put up the kind of like slide out the sides of the tent and like slide shut the front of it, just so she can kind of like tattoo in privacy. Just kind of like an art in progress little sign in front there, so she can kind of like work in private. But she kind of like starts and how do I do this? I'll say she'll mostly be like doing like some drawings now on paper to kind of like figure out exactly what you want. She doesn't want the first time to be like on your body, especially with this kind of precious material. She wants to make sure she knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get back to that in just a hot second, because at this point we're coming a little bit closer to sundown, and so you all finish shopping. Fen, you're shopping with Kai. You guys eventually return to the suites, and at least 4 of you are back in the suites for now. Is there anything any of you would like to do with the remainder of your night? Are you asking Twi tonight or tomorrow?
I'll ask Twi tonight, so give her time to think. Don't want to like bombard her with like if T does decide like, oh hey, I guess so we're doing this. Let's go ring out Twi.
So yeah, you would just find her just like sitting in the suites, just kind of like drinking. There's a cup. She has like 2 or 3 like full mugs of ale next to her, and you see like somebody come up and she'd be like, "Good fight," and around it like a mug of ale for her, and she just like looks at like through the air she already has and just goes, just kind of shrugs it off and just lets it happen.
I congratulate her and I put down
Thanks.
3 gold. That's how much I bet on you.
Wow.
Don't take it personally. That's all I had left.
Glad to know you had faith.
That's what a great pickup line.
3, lucky number. 3's lucky, right?
Hey, I mean it's fine. I give you magical items as presents. You bet 3 gold on me. It's a miracle that we're not married already.
Oh, also I'm gay, but
You say that in common?
I mean, yeah, but T is not there.
Arwen is, and so is Kai.
Oh my god, Kai probably already knows.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody already knows.
Just snickering into a glass of wine.
She just kind of like looks at you oddly for a second and just goes, "I was making the jokes because you.
Just so sudden.
I am too. You know. Never mind.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
punk.
What a coinkydink. Anyways, listen, I plan on paying back the favor at a later date when I have more things. I'm not exactly the richest drow right now. Anyways, and then I, regurgitate the information that I told them to her. So we sort of trying to keep it a tight elite party, and I figured, you'd be perfect for it. You're good at sneaking and stabbing, but if 1, you don't want to because you were just in a very big battle.
No, sounds
and
good,
2,
man.
Oh, all right, great. I don't even have to give you the whole spiel. Well, we're going to hopefully go as soon as possible, but we need to see how the rest of the group feels in the morning.
Just you're doing this so that you can get your hands on that artifact, right?
And get my friends out of Chernobog's disgusting old man grasp.
But also, I guess when you have that artifact, one of the reasons that you're getting more powerful is because you want to fix all of the shit that's going wrong in the Underdark, right?
Yes, and
So,
if
yeah.
I can get my hand on an instrument.
I'm in.
Great, I can't wait to stab Granny. All right.
Oh.
Granny Simulator.
So
Wow, these one-liners are.
I changed my mind. I'm gonna put my letters underneath my mattress,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna write another letter that just says, "If I'm not back in the morning, look under my mattress," and put it under Sill's pillow.
Oh, that's crazy. T's mattress is where Fendian keeps his snacks.
And then she's gonna head down to the bar, have 1 glass of wine and a shot of vodka before leaving.
Wine buddies.
Yeah, you drink with Kai.
Fendian,
Yeah, I imagine that Clinkity's just like, I bet on you and you let me down.
Fendian
Still's
has
gonna pay for it.
Fendian has 1 beer and is scratching at his throat all night.
Plus and
I was
small.
about to say, yeah, the 2 of you kind of sit next to Twy, and then next to her is Fen. And as you sit next to Twy, you just kind of take a quick look, and there's just 5 full mugs of ale in front of her, and she's just like drinking hers really slowly, and just kind of like looks at both of you and just goes, "You want a mug of ale?"
I was about to say, can I come over and ask if she needs help?
Yes.
If there is one thing I miss from back home, it's the spider cider.
You mean the redacted spider?
You mean the redacted cider? God damn! You fucked it up.
Oh no! I caught it right as I heard you
Yeah,
inhale the elevator.
this is literally like this is the Monsters Inc. scene where it's just like, "Go get him, Sully. You're throwing off his concentration. Oh, I'm sorry. You're doing it again."
I know that I couldn't even fucking say the word.
It just sent shivers.
It's also just imagining when you say that. I'm just thinking like, no, I'm not even gonna say what I'm thinking when you say that, but I don't like it.
T's just gonna be like, "I'm not staying," and not take it.
That's
I
fine.
tried so
Help. She'll just kind of gesture to you.
Find help? What?
Drinking the beer.
You said, "Can I help?" You said, she said, "Yes,
I'm not
please
saying-
help."
Oh, dope. I just down one.
Oh, don't forget
in like
tea
6 seconds.
on your way up. We have to talk to
Yeah,
Sandra
just
later.
I'll also help.
I do.
Yeah, she asked for all of us. But like at
She
nighttime.
didn't actually tell me, and you guys didn't tell me either.
Oh, I thought. Oh, sorry. Sorry, that's a thing. But have fun with what you're doing. It's not till later tonight.
Oh wow, we retcon. We tell you about Sandra.
That said, you kind of give Fen a weird look because you know that Sandra is the person you're going to help utilize the scroll, separate from what they're doing.
Oh well, that's easy then.
It's
You'll
all
still be with her.
a small.
If I don't die or get arrested, I'll see you later. And she just leaves without saying anything else.
Okay, so
I hope she's going to go deface public property.
Yeah, yeah.
Academy.
Nobody
so-
knows. I haven't told anyone.
So yeah, Rax kind of like it's just like you can go over your design first if you want.
So I think I know which one I think I know what I'm gonna go with.
Gotcha.
It's going to be a crown with a crack going down, like almost like a sword, like split part of it. And underneath, it's going to be words in Elvish, which are "Applaud, my friends. The comedy is finished."
Oh, it's about his life.
Oh,
Sorry,
wow.
I'm on a roll today.
I just thought of the same.
Ow! That hurt me.
The words are actually used in theater.
In what?
In Fuhrer?
And
I
theater,
heard fear.
comedy, like if you go to see
Theater.
Oh.
Okay.
theater.
Oh, okay.
I can't say TH words.
No, I heard the word fear.
Yeah.
I heard Fuhrer, like
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I
yes.
think we all heard what we wanted to hear.
I didn't hear anything, so it's okay.
That was
So
so
I was gonna say that was literally earlier when I whispered something to you and I'm like, Cass, did you hear that? And just like out loud, just did you hear that? I'm deaf.
I remember that.
Alright, so
But it's used in plays at the end of comedy plays, and at the very end, the person that's like hosting the whole thing usually says, "Applaud, my friends. The comedy is finished."
Gotcha.
So you don't
Rax
awkwardly
just
clap.
kind of gives like a really like long and thoughtful look to the design as Anna is putting up the finishing touches to it. She kind of like looks it over and it's just like,
Oh, in case it doesn't know, it's gonna go on his back.
You don't want a tramp stamp?
No, I'm that guy.
Oh, if Finian gets one, he's gonna get one in white.
A tramp stamp?
Yeah.
Just getting another moon right above your full moon.
that's interesting.
Thank you.
You mean anything in particular?
Yes. Before, I was so sure that even though I ran away from Waterdeep, I was more than likely going to go back there. And why I joined the tournament was I want to get better. I know I'm not the greatest fighter. I know Arwen can dart in and out of combat no problem. T can unlock a few strikes in the split second. Fenrir has magics that can hold people in place, take out people from long range. Kai is a very gifted healer. My magic is not that great. My physical combat that great, but I just want to see in the tournament how far I can fly and see how great that distance is between me and everyone else. So this tattoo is going to symbolize a bit was...
In Elvish, she kind of completes her sentences and just says, how far? Or no, not how far. It's the phrase she's looking for. How high the caged nightingale can fly.
Yes, and I always thought there was a cage, but starting with the tournament, I opened the door.
Yeah, it's good to take steps like that. Just remember that, returns to Elvish for the next sentence. Just because you open the door doesn't make the cage any less there.
I'm well aware.
At some point, you gotta go back and take everything apart, or else, you fly around the whole world, you fly into it eventually.
More than likely.
Right, with her, she kind of like works with like a little piece of paper up, kind of like blocking the view of the tattoo from you as she kind of like goes over a couple details, and it's just like, I think I have the rough idea. I can probably add a few details and show you the full sketch in the morning. Yours is gonna be pretty big. She's like, yeah. She's like, where do you want it? And she kind of like gestures to the back, and it's just kind of like, here, kind of like here.
Ooh.
And it's just like, that's gonna hurt, but it's gonna look real good. I can show you the final sketch tomorrow morning, and you guys will just get tattooed all day tomorrow if that sounds good to you. It's already pretty late tonight. Rax just kind of shrugs and just goes, sounds good. We'll probably look fine. Just kind of turns to you. You ready to head back?
Yes.
Alright, cool. I hope you enjoy pain tomorrow.
That's the plan for all day tomorrow.
With that, Rax will head back to the suites.
I like to state like as Sil's mind's like, oh, it's gonna be fine. As like it hasn't hit to him like where the tattoos are gonna be for both of them.
Yeah. So, with that, you two are kind of splitting off, and that'll be, what time is it? 10:14. This will be the last two things we do tonight. Because you just finished up with Twy. You're doing your thing. I imagine Arwen's probably upstairs playing with the wormling.
Probably.
Yeah, they're having like girls' wine night up there. Sans the twins, Sans the twins and Colette actually, who's not back at the not back at the tower right now, but they're having wine night up there, and you're kind of like coming in, chugging a glass of wine, and then going back for like 15 minutes and playing with the wormling, and then coming back in and then chugging another glass of wine, and then go back and playing with the wormling. Kai, is there anything in particular you would like to do?
I have to talk to a school person.
Oh yeah, you have to do that tomorrow. That'll be all the fun things you get to do tomorrow. Knight and Aqua would have mentioned that to you. It was just like, the Archmage would like to speak with you tomorrow. First thing in the morning, like sunrise.
Tomorrow.
So try not to get up into too much trouble tonight. And they kind of like give you like a look, and then both leave.
We have to talk to Xander still, don't we?
Yes, that is the other thing we have to do. Is there anything you would like to do tonight, is Kai?
Probably drink more wine.
Fair enough. Alright, so going to you two then for now. This will be one of the last, if you guys are going to be departing for that soon, we're going to have a whole, I imagine you guys are, I will prepare for it if nothing else, and that'll be a whole big arc centering on Fen, so that'll be all of the Fen spotlights, so we need to get everybody else out of the spotlight now, finish up your shit. Get ready, it's all about you.
Oh.
Alright, so what are you doing after you leave the tattoo place?
I mean, I imagine like Grax mentioned, we're heading back to the tavern for now.
She's heading back to the suites, but it is approaching sundown very quickly now.
I know, I'm thinking about that. I think he'll go to Elf Song. He's never been there anyway.
Don't run too deeply.
Or I should.
Alright, so with that, you head to the Elf Song Tavern?
Yep.
No, I need tavern music. Damn, where's some good tavern music? Do I have any tavern music? Because that's kind of tragic.
Been raining for a while there.
Nope, I do.
Oh no, I was drawn.
That's very elf songy. So with that, you kind of go into the elf song. It is like hopping right now. There's like a full band playing, and one of like the tables in the corners, you can just kind of see Phoenix just kind of like sitting way back in like the booth, like feet kicked up on the table, two upside down mugs of ale on like one on either side of her legs, and she's like has another one kind of like just resting on her
I would go
on her lap.
to the bar first and order 2 mugs of ale, and then go over to the booth.
You notice it's pretty high quality, but it's like strange, despite the fact that it's like a ritzier place. It's still like you kind of take a sip of this and it makes you realize, like, you know, for being in Dusttown, the Sweets has some pretty good alcohol. It's probably just
how much
standard
is
throwing
the
weight
2
around.
mugs?
2 mugs
Yes.
is they are 2 silver apiece, so that'll run you 4 silver total.
Oh, okay.
A mug of ale is not that expensive. You're not buying like a bottle of fine wine.
Okay. But he'll sit down one in front of her as he takes a seat.
What a gentleman.
I've been called worse today.
I'm sure you have. Your Ganassi friend?
I called him Buddy.
I'm referring to
No, I'm not sure Buddy.
the one who's unhappy I won. Yeah, friend. Trainer, mentor? Now? Who knows?
Kinky. Just kind of takes a big sip.
Sorry.
So, not gonna lie, I didn't think you could fight like that. You don't really come off as the rough and tumble type.
No one has thought I was going to fight like that.
You gotta pick it up somewhere.
Yes. I had mostly training with the rapier, but I had a different combat plan for the tournament.
And that was?
I know I'm not going to be the hardest striker, but I can at least deal enough strikes. What's the type of plan they call a bee stinging a giant to death?
Something like that. I mean, I guess we all got our strengths and weaknesses. So is that your strength then, or does your strength lie outside of what this tournament allows?
Outside of the tournament.
Interesting. So what kind of stuff do you specialize in then?
Getting myself in trouble.
Do you? Magic then?
Yes. But as he says, like, getting himself in trouble, he just thinks about, a half hour before sundown training, he thinks about how pissed Kai is about him winning. He thinks about the pain that he's going to get for the tattoo. And, everything the last, 2 weeks of, painful or trouble for him, he's like, yeah, magic.
What kind of magic?
I guess you would call it's like there's no
The card that gets you in trouble.
brand name for it, but glamour.
Ah, so you're of a bardic college.
That's what they did call me. Announced me as a bard.
Interesting. That's cool. Sorry, I wasn't paying much attention to the announcements. You have to excuse me. Always wish that I could do magic.
Cannot do anything at all.
Nope.
It has its pros and cons where you can swing a sword all day. You certainly can't cast spells all day. And I've seen a friend of mine blow through all of his spells in a matter of a minute.
Yeah,
I wonder.
Which one is it?
yeah. I was always trying to train to be a knight, but I guess today showed that I'm not a very good knight, am I?
Well, you didn't use a weapon you're familiar with, and most knights tend not to use great swords. They tend to do sword and shield.
Don't know that I've ever used a shield before. I guess I am really bad at this, huh? Oh well, I'm sure I'll figure something out.
Why a knight?
I don't know. That was just so regal.
Charming.
I guess. I don't know. It's nice to... This next comment, there's a different kind of tone to her voice, and she's just like... It seems like an easy life. You have this thing that you're supposed to do, and this stuff you're supposed to protect, and you just follow orders and do that.
I'm not sure I follow a bit.
Not too much to think about. You follow a lord, do what he says. Well, maybe that's the best way to be.
But sometimes lords can give very questionable orders.
That's true, but sometimes they give orders that are the best.
That is also true.
Guess you just need to find a lord worth serving.
And have you seen any lords that are worth serving?
So far, I've met worth serving. One.
One?
Uh-huh.
Who's that?
I don't know if you would know him. He's not really from around here.
I'm not from around here, as you heard.
He's
you didn't hear.
A kingdom way up to the northeast. Not sure if you heard, but me and my pops are up from Silvery Moon.
Would I know if they follow a system like Baldur's Gate or like a
Silvery Moon
or like Waterdeep, like where they have that council?
Silvery Moon kind of has like dukes and duchesses and lordships up there.
Do they have a king or queen?
They do. But you're unsure if she's referring to the king or like any of the dukes, because there's too many dukes and duchesses and baron and baronesses to.
Would I know any?
Pick anyone in particular. You might know the name of the king if you read it.
Okay, yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's like.
I think I would.
I was gonna say like I think it starts with a P maybe, or.
I was gonna say
I'm sure I would know it if I heard it or read it.
Probably unlucky for Stella's sake. Yeah. Why only one?
He's the only one who, I guess, spoke to what I thought was true.
Which is?
I don't know. That's really political.
I mean, the whole situation Baldur's Gate is political right now.
Fair enough. What then? I guess just taking things that aren't working and people who are making things not work and kind of removing them from the situation so that things can work right.
So putting new people in power.
Yeah, and just kind of like maybe reshaping the system a little bit.
So a workers' man civil war.
A small revolution. Just a little one, though.
I mean, I once heard a quote about revolutions before. Don't put your faith in revolutions. They come back around. Hence the word revolutions.
Well, guess you just gotta make sure it sticks then. With that, she kind of like chugs her, finishes her third mug of ale and kind of sets it upside down and picks up the fourth one, the one that you bought her. Just kind of leans back again and starts drinking again.
Think your pops is going to win the tournament?
Nah. Got a few people in it I think I can give him a run for his money.
Who's your pick to win?
Not gonna lie, from the way they fought, that small mouse folk was kind of impressive.
Oh, Aaron, he has his little tricks and quirks.
Oh, you know him.
I know him.
Tell me about him.
So imagine at all times,
Oh God.
100%, if you were to say something, they give a sassy remark, that's him personified.
Interesting. So kind of impulsive then.
Yeah, very impulsive.
Interesting. Sound like a wild card sort of type.
That's him to a T. And he just mentally goes, what is it?
T just.
She was standing behind you the whole time.
Speaking of that, it seemed like you kind of knew the person you fought.
I did.
Oh. So are they kind of like the same, kind of impulsive as?
No. I almost want to say Arwen's a bit carefree, where he goes with the flow, or whichever the way blows, he blows with that wind. She can be a bit strong-headed at times, but she often thinks about every situation very carefully, thinks about each person very carefully. Doesn't hedge her bets, but knows when to bet and when not to bet. Also, she's probably one of the few people that will not tolerate any stupid behavior at all, or multiple complaining from people on the simplest matters.
Interesting. You seem to hang out with quite the motley crew. Those other two you were in the corner talking with also seemed very odd. Little flamboyant, the one.
Yep.
Which one?
Yeah.
I was about to say that. I was like,
The
which one?
the tiefling, one with horns like mine.
Yep. I mean, from what I've seen from him, you're missing one letter at the end there, and you got him to a T as well.
Kite?
No.
Oh.
Horn.
Oh.
Ah, I see. That's
Horn.
Horns.
Horn. There's not an E there.
Say it fast enough. It works.
Nice.
That's just how the Underdark
Knows
way
when
to
to
say
place
it.
her bets. Won every single one of the bets that she placed.
Right? And then the other one is, I don't want to say foppish, but slightly, but he...
The fuck does that mean?
We went
All
over.
you taught us this word.
I taught you what
I
a
know,
fop
I
was.
forgot what.
Now you don't get to learn. Maybe punishment for Kai is he doesn't get knowledge.
No books for you.
-1 intelligence.
That's what I have.
Hey.
Kai, I
Maddie.
can't. Hold on, wait. This is prop comedy. Kai, I can't believe you.
Who's on first? I don't want to say foppish, but slightly, but he also is willing to make himself appear like a fool to get to know people a bit better and lower their guards.
Boo boo the fool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know what to say after that.
Not foppish, just
That's-
a little.
Honestly, that's the perfect description. I feel like you can't one up that anymore.
Yeah. Sorry, that whole bit, I was a train on the rail East Coast, and it just got derailed all the way to the West Coast.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You don't seem They seem interesting. The one I saw was carrying the stuff from the academy. The focuses.
Sorry, Pat, our character's like blanking on who's. Oh, Kai? I already described Kai.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
she said he was carrying. She noticed she was carrying stuff from the academy.
Yeah, from what I heard, he's going to be attending there soon.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
So, do you know what? Is he like one of those ones with all the blades and stuff, or?
Nope. And I'm not sure how many, if he can read a book, but I think he's going to be learning how to possibly.
How to read books. Wow.
Head
I'm
starts
watching
crying in the middle of the
furious
bar.
like chaotic energy bounce back and forth between your heads.
Books. The healers.
Yes.
Interesting. Don't know if he seems much the type.
For someone who heals, he's more likely to cast Guiding Bolt.
Ah.
It works.
Oh, so you're It seems between that and your friend's stunt who managed to use a little bit of illegal magic to win, it seems like you're a whole party full of magic people. I'm a little jealous.
He still just thinks of the sewers and goes, yeah.
Every 5 seconds. Crippled on the ground.
I did a backflip that time. Did you see it?
Yeah, seems like you got quite the collection of friends.
A literal death trap.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe well, I know Pops and I were thinking about coming back here to maybe compete in the grand tourney when it happens.
Mhm.
We were gonna bring a couple of our friends too, so I guess we'll have to hang out and get to meet. Well, obviously it can't just be the two of us in the grand tourney. That'd be a little weird.
I faced worse odds, I believe.
I don't know about that. We also have a good eye at fighting.
Yes, but you at least had 2-to-1 odds.
True. I think they thought I was gonna be stronger than I was, but I did my best. It just wasn't very good.
I think she did.
She's real fucking shady.
No, Sos thinks that there's something.
Yeah, that's something.
She definitely.
I mean, wine. Haha, I'm not here.
She's an undercover night.
Doubtful.
I mean,
undercover,
that's Sil.
Black Rose.
That's what I'm thinking.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say
Sorry,
I
wasn't
was
thinking that.
I was like, no one's made an insight check, so you have no idea.
I'm gonna insight to see if she's in the Black
But
Rose.
here's the thing, I know insight checks are like, if I think they're shady, even if I pass or not, it's, you think they're shady, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you can like pick out specific details
Yeah.
if you think one thing in particular is like false.
Well, he thinks that, like,
Correct.
not fighting, like, you know, the fighting her best,
Yeah.
he believes that's a lie.
I saw Kai doing it, so I want to do it.
You're welcome.
So at this point, you guys have probably been like sitting around talking for like 2 hours. Kind of like finally, I feel like I've been interrogating you. Is there anything you need to know about me?
Is it normal for dragon frogs to have different horns?
Yeah, they can be shaped like all sorts of stuff. To be honest, I mean, it's kind of just like I think it really depends on what type of dragon you share your connection with. If that makes sense.
And what kind of dragon do you share?
She's wearing like a long sleeve kind of flowy tunic,
Mhm.
and a like a skirt that kind of like goes off into like knee-high boots. And she kind of like does this with the sleeves to kind of like show her arms, and you can see like here and here are like really beautiful kind of like shimmery spots where the skin just melds into red dragon scales, which goes like here and here, and then here and here.
I'm sure you get many compliments on that.
Yeah, it's I don't know if compliment's necessarily the right word, but it'll certainly get you noticed. People don't really like ferox, people don't really like chromatic dragons. I mean, it's, you know. Yeah.
I
can
can
all see.
understand the drow and tiefling part.
I hate myself.
Yes, but this town's more open to that type of thing.
Yeah, it's been a little strange. Honestly. Not bad though. Kinda cool. Whole festival's nothing like I'm used to. Life is pretty quiet way up north.
It's quite different.
I would agree. But yeah, no, since Since dragon ferrets are descended technically from pseudo-dragons and not from dragons themselves, the horn variants can be very different.
Interesting.
Asking about ladies' horns. Shame.
Any other questions?
Oh, shut black lipstick up her lip.
It's impossible to use.
Wow.
So do you have any other questions about any other parts of my body, or is that it?
Oh!
We'll see what goes
How
at
big
the
you-
drinks.
Sorry, what was that?
Beep beep.
I actually didn't hear you, Liz.
Okay. He said, we'll see where that goes after a few drinks.
I mean, I have a room for the night, and it's an awfully big bed, and I'm the only one in it.
Baby's
You
first
just
Baby's first lay.
I
Why
literally
did you do
also
that to
spilled my
yourself?
drink. You see this?
You're done.
Ha! Now it's not just me.
I didn't spill it on the tablecloth, though. I missed the tablecloth. I got it on me.
I hate all of you.
I'm
What
not
did you
here.
say?
I'm not included.
I didn't say anything.
Oh.
Surprisingly.
I was good until baby's first lay.
That was me who did that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Swallow.
God damn.
Always.
So that's the highlight of the
Stop!
session.
That's just me.
Everybody
laughing.
shut up. Everybody shut up. We need to get through this. It is already 10:35. I want to finish this in the next 10 minutes. Everybody shut up. So, yeah, no, she hits you with that. And then just kind of like just continues making eye contact and she just scoops up the mug of ale again and just
I think he'll lift his mug and toast to that.
kind of cheers and
Get it.
drinks and sets it down. And just goes, well, I mean, if that's what it's gonna take, and she kind of like flags the one of the barmaids down, and she sets kind of like 2 glasses of some sort of whiskey in front of you, and just kind of looks at you and just goes, cheers
Cheers.
to new friends.
New friends.
And she'll shrug. So actually, any other as you guys drink more, she'll give you one last chance just to ask any other questions you have of her before we move to the other part of the night.
I don't think he'll have anything at the moment.
All right. And towards the end of the night, as you two drink on and just talk for 1, 2, 3. At this point, you went in at sunset, probably at around, at this point in the year, 7 o'clock. It's now about midnight. You spent about 5 hours in here just drinking nonstop, talking with her. She finally like looks at you and just goes, so, you want to join me upstairs?
I think I would like to.
Also, you fucking dick that hurt!
You deserve it.
Oh no, it was that easy all along.
Hi.
You just have to get it now.
Isn't that how it works in real life too?
Not all the time.
Can't get it up.
Healed college. And with that, you two head upstairs for the night.
Roll,
Yep.
roll an acrobatics check.
Would it be
A
performance
performance
checks?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
No, what if
I
you
was
get a
gonna
roll
say.
you don't want?
Although the last, what?
Just for fun.
We're not. No. We're stopping this. I am stopping the RP as soon as that bedroom door closes. But I will leave you with the last thing she says to you before the bedroom door closes. As she kind of like pulls up her sleeves a little bit in preparation to take her shirt off, she just kind of looks up at you with like a glint in her eyes and just goes, you know, I actually have these sets of scales in a lot of places on my body. And then door shuts. The end. Well, she's going to be taking off all of her clothes. That is what she's implying.
I know how I feel about it.
So, with that, T.
Don't get her pregnant.
Now that we've gotten a whole. Now that we've gotten through that,
I would just go.
that did not go how I thought it would go at all.
I would just go to wherever the meeting place
Yeah,
is.
the twins meet you just outside of the academy, and they walk you. They just walk you all through it and stuff. Yeah, his performance is real good.
+8.
But they just kind of like walk you all through and they show you like, here's where like the prefects stay. Here's like where a lot of the spirit healers train. This is where a lot of like the night enchantresses train. The only one that really catches your interest really is like the night enchantress a little bit because like you see like 2 people training just kind of like going like real like hard against each other. Like it reminds you a little bit of like the guards training, like the rescue guard training. of just one of them has like a spectral sort of halberd, and the other one has like 2 spectral short swords, and they're just like swinging for each other, and it's like they're actually quite skilled in combat. They might fit in among the rescue guard. So that kind of piques your interest for a second. You're like, oh, there's people up here who like actually like fight. Like, oh, nice. But then as they kind of like walk by a sort of like small study, they're like, and this is one of the student studies. It has you know, a lot of books available for reading, a nice fireplace there, and a very good balcony. That's good for, you know, clearing your mind and thinking about what you want this kind of time of night. Kind of looks at you and just. Alright. And then the Taurans maybe 10 minutes after that, and they're just like, well, thank you for coming up here and letting us show you, you know, things that are about our life. I will say some of the other funny things, scenes that you see is you kind of like, they don't go in the office, but they're just like, these are like the prefect's office where we stay here, so that's my office and that's Knight's office. And as you kind of walk by, you like look over, and you just see Gab dead center, like laying on the floor in the middle of her office, like in front of her desk, just sprawled like a starfish, just like staring up at the ceiling, and you just hear like a small like coming from her as there's just like paperwork surrounding her on like every side on the floor there.
I don't want her to notice me, so I stay quiet.
Yeah, that's
I have like my cloak on and my hood.
Yeah, it was just like a funny thing that you say as you go. But yeah, about 10 minutes after they do the balcony bit, they're just like, it's like, well, thanks for coming up. It was pretty cool to get to, you know, show a friend about all the stuff that we do up here. So I hope you enjoyed your night, and I hope you find everything you need.
I'll just see myself out.
Sounds good. No reason to walk you all the way to the grounds. They both turn around and shut the doors.
I'll head to the library, and it sounded like just straight out to the balcony.
Yeah, you can actually, from where you are, you can actually like look up, and you can actually see the balcony about 30 feet up right there. We're also going to change the music now because this is not appropriate music for sneaky time.
Just like taking shit.
What was that?
I think that's...
Ooh. Oh.
Sinister? I can't
No,
remember.
that's too sinister.
Yeah, that is really sinister.
There we go. That's good sneaky sneak music. In the nighttime.
We're
Nice.
reading.
But
What?
slow fall.
Helpful.
So yeah, you can actually see the balcony about 30 feet up there. 30 feet up and to your left on the
You know what
outside.
I should have done was buy a grapple.
Wait, so like I can't go through the library to the balcony?
You'd have to go back inside,
Yeah.
but there was a way to get there staying outside.
Alright, I'll try and scale my way up there, I guess.
Alright, make an acrobatics check.
Hope that's the lucky one. That's good.
$10.
Oh, I thought that was a 13.
So 3 plus 7.
So you
It's a little slippery.
yes, say it's a little slippery. The dew's already starting to cling to the side of the building. You get about 10 feet up. You kind of like can feel yourself slip, and your arms are already starting to feel a little bit of that burn. You only make it 10 feet of the 30 feet up. Make another acrobatics check for
Come
me.
on, you got it.
Better.
So
little bit.
9 plus 7.
16.
You're able to power through a little bit more, kind of like switch to using your legs a little bit, but by the time you get 10 feet more up, now your legs burn and your arms burn. You're kind of looking up and you're just like, all right, 10 feet to go, 10 feet to go, 10 feet to go, 10 feet to go. Acrobatics check.
Is that not 20?
Yes, it is.
He just launches the last 10 feet.
You put your arms and legs down and just float up.
So what propels you the last 10 feet is you're kind of like sitting there like, because you're like trying to like look for anything to hold on to, and you're just like, there's got to be something up there. And the balcony like comes out a bit, so you're gonna have to like get up and then like throw yourself off of the wall and then catch. And there's no handheld, and you're just like looking there, and you're just like, I got shit here, and everything is starting to burn. You actually hear music coming
like that.
from what?
Don't like that.
Is music good? T flashes back to Bastion and Shatter.
You kind of hear music coming from just above you. It's a soft sort of violin, followed by a very like melancholy voice that is just singing and playing the violin. And that like there's like a curiosity there if you're just like a little bit intrigued and mesmerized by it, but also like 60 since you're T, it's also like 65% of just like what the fuck, and you're just able to kind of like take one and then catch, and then as soon as you catch, like you bring your knees up to your chest and just kick off in a diagonal like up and out, and just sort of catch yourself, and with a nat 20 you're able to like catch like this the side of the balcony, and you're able to just full on like swing your back up this way until you just like essentially like somersault like this onto the railing, like and to the point where you're just like literally sitting on the railing.
Screw grab it.
Okay.
Yeah. Monk shit. You're monk shit nat 20. Yeah. As you're just kind of there, and you can now hear like the music like a little bit louder. With the nat 20, you also do it quietly enough that the person doesn't notice you. So you would see there is there you go. There is just like a scroll sitting in like an open scroll box, just sitting in like the center of the balcony. And then sitting against the doors is like on the ground, holding a violin, is Colette, just kind of like playing there, with 3 wine bottles sitting next to her.
Oh, that's a lot of wine.
I swear to God, like half the NPCs
Literally
we know,
just be like,
and this whole party are alcoholics.
You know it.
Like wine bottles.
Hi.
Just kind of stops playing the violin and stops singing, and kind of like realizes that you probably heard the violin and her voice, and is just like, got you a scroll.
Yeah. And she just like starts reaching for her coin first.
Nope, don't do that. I already instructed Gab to give you the gold back for what you tried to pay for the gifts. Those are gifts. This is a gift. Well, this is more like a favor than a gift, but like...
It's better not to owe people. I might not be able to repay it.
You don't owe me. I'm doing it because I want to. No one can tell me what to do.
Alright, and she's just gonna like slowly start reaching for the scroll.
You don't have to reach for it slow. It's yours. Take it.
She'll shove it in her bag.
You can kind of see, if you like take like a little bit of a closer look, one of the wine bottles is about half full, it's sitting there. The other 2 are actually laying on their sides.
Ooh.
No corks in them.
So,
Shave the corpse.
you good? She's gonna like gesture to the wine bottles.
Oh, yeah, most of that wasn't me.
Who was it?
The twins?
That were giving me the tour.
Before you got here for the tour, obviously. We had to have the scroll prepped for you after all.
Can I insight that?
Yeah.
How much drinking do all of you do?
She has disadvantage because she's drunk. Drinking 3 bottles of wine will do that to you.
You're good at insight.
10.
She's good at deception, but I don't know if she's that good at deception.
I mean, maybe. Mine's is a 7.
She's a bard.
Yeah, I mean, mine's is a 7.
She is, but she rolled a natural 2.
I rolled a 7. Hey, I got the natural 20 where it counted.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's not what she put her expertise into.
Where'd
She also rolled a 7. So you matched. So you have a fairly... Oh, you rolled a 10? Oh, you rolled a 10.
7 plus 3.
So she rolled 2 plus...
5? Did she got 7?
No. Plus 7. 2 plus 7. 9. So yeah, you beat her by 1. Yeah. You don't think she's telling the truth.
Do you need to talk about it?
She kind of like raises her eyebrows at you and gives you that like honestly, are you asking that? Or are you asking that to be nice look?
I mean, and she'll like gesture the scroll. I guess I owe you one.
Now's probably not a good time for me to cash in on that.
All right.
I'll be fine. Go have Sandra do what she needs to do so you can go off and find who you need to find. No, she's actually not. She's not trying to.
Run while you still can.
She's just genuinely like saying that you should go do that.
If you change your mind, you know where to find me. And I'm already like backing up towards the railing.
I'll be fine. I have a lot of work to do up here tonight anyway, so I imagine I will not be back until around the time that you begin to torture Sale.
Don't go fighting people by yourself anymore.
Says who?
I've done it successfully.
Just kind of makes eye contact with you and like like a bit of like the Colette facade that she puts up that's just kind of always cool, calm, and collected, like breaks for just a second. I'm just gonna keep the fact that you rolled higher insight than her deception on for the remainder of the conversation, so you kind of can glean things. Breaks for just a second as she just kind of like looks at you and like actually seriously says, "You know, back when she was here, my mom always told me not to make promises that I can't keep."
I mean,
I can't
it's a
promise
good
that.
practice, but you shouldn't be dying. You have Gab to care for.
I know, but that's exactly why I fight by myself, is because I have Gab to take care of. I've always done everything I had to so that she could do anything that she wants to. That's how it's been.
Well, the two of you, as ragtag as we are, have us now.
I guess. I'm not used to having other people to rely on.
Yeah,
So you'll have to
it's
forgive me.
strange.
Very. And there's also things that I don't want to drag people into, as I'm sure you probably understand.
Yeah,
I feel like you and I both have plenty of secrets that we don't expect anyone else will ever hear of.
There's one that I won't share to anyone. Willingly, anyway.
One for me as well, so maybe one day we'll get drunk enough.
Some of my other secrets, maybe, but that one, it's just more of a pain than it's worth.
Fair enough. Well, like I said, maybe one day, but you never know. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your scroll. Tell Sandra I said hi.
Night.
Make sure Gab goes to bed at a reasonable hour.
Oh, she's still here.
She like actually starts like pushing herself off to get up now. As she does, you kind of like she like the stutter 3-step forward of like, oh, ooh, haven't stood in a couple hours.
Just keep backing away.
With that, she kind of turns around and goes inside, fully intent to yell at Gab to go home.
Before she does, she'll be like, want something to wake you up? And she'll let a little lightning play off her hand.
Little what?
Lightning.
Oh.
Is that like shocker?
Well,
No, there's
always-
too much liquid in her.
I always knew if you touched me there'd be sparks, but I don't think that's exactly what I was into, and with that she'll turn around and walk away.
Ha ha, very funny.
Thank you, I know it's why I'm a bard. She'll shut the door.
I jump off the balcony.
Just yeets onto the ground.
You
So
allowed
what,
it
so
to
what,
slow
what is it?
fall.
What does it do?
She has slow fall.
Yeah. So what is that?
It
falls slower.
is... You use your reaction when falling to reduce your damage by 5 times your monk level.
So 5
20?
times 4 is 20.
So you're
Yes.
planning on just fucking face planting and just.
Well, I mean, I,
No, what it
I
is,
want to
she
try
lands
and
on her
land
feet and
nice,
rolls.
and I imagine I'd like front flip off and like try and like I
Yeah.
imagine monks
Like a fucking high
slowing
dive.
themselves as like spinning to like
Okay,
throw
so
off.
you take this minus 20. That's not 20, so yeah, you're good.
So what is
So
it?
take
Is
the
like she
damage
lands on her
falling
feet
turn.
and then
Flip,
rolls
flip,
forward.
normal walking, and just runs into the night.
And then into aqua.
Naruto runs. So T runs off into the night, ready for to meet with Sandra. As at this point, it's about 10 o'clock, Sandra is about to do your ritual. After that, she is pulling 4 of the 5 of you
Yeah, because somebody is
into a
getting
meeting.
laid.
And,
Left for another 2 hours.
yeah, so that is where we'll pick up next week on The Unlucky Few. So that'll end us for this week.
There's one lucky in the few.
Lols.
Kind
So-
ready.
Thank you all for sticking around and watching. We were able to keep this episode a little bit shorter since we started on time, which was good. Let's see. Only one technical difficulty, so that was good. As we said before, episode will be up on YouTube Wednesday, 7 p.m. www.youtube.com/topdnd. Thank you all so much for watching. We love you. We appreciate you. I'm tired, so I am signing off without too much extra stuff. So until next time, we've been the Unlucky Few. Thank you. Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be live streaming starting November 9th at twitch.tv/TUFDND. If you want more content or updates from us, feel free to follow us at Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, all at TUFDND. Links in the description below. But from all of us here at The Unlucky Few, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.